There we go. Here we are. Apollo Justice. We are finally onto the second trilogy. Which is really good. I think I'm gonna just quickly turn my mic up a tad. OBS does not like me at the moment. This is a great time. Shadow showing. We'll have to read it on my phone for now, which is be fine, I think. There we go. That looks alright. Hello. And welcome on in, because we're playing Apollo Justice today. We are finally starting the technically fourth game. We're 5 games in, because we've already played the Miles Edgeworth Investigations games. And we are on to basically just all of this. I love just the theme in general, really. Basically, we've got a new attorney on the case with Apollo Justice, which means a whole lot of other voices. Hey, Mexon, how you doing? I'm just checking my... Okay, we're fine. There we go. Got a new attorney on the case, and it means we've got some new voices as well. Drink of the day, iced coffee and iced water, as per usual. So, let's get on with Apollo Justice, game number 4, technically, in that list. Oh gosh, this is a terrifying thing to think about now. Let us go. That's the museum. So, let's do this. I keep forgetting this game only has 4. You're chilling, can't do anything for 30 minutes? Dang. Apologies for ads and stuff like that, so let us begin with Ace Attorney, Apollo Justice. So yeah, there's 4 episodes in this one. I keep forgetting. And let us begin. 2007. God, this makes me feel weird. This game came out in 2007. Oh, turnabout Trump. Oh. Oh? Painting? Hello, Bean. Sketching. Gambling. Card. Showdown time. You lose. Ah! Eek! Blood. Ooh, it's Larry, guys. Yeah, like, come on, you can't. I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Well, dead. Well, someone hit him hard. Me? Oh, please. Well, the cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands, should it come to that. For some reason chat's not working, so this is gonna be a fun stream just to start off with. Apologies to that one. It will get fixed. Probably at some point. It's always Maya's fault. Yeah, I don't think she even appears in this game. But let's go. April 20th, District Court Defendant Lobby 3. Lobby number 3. Sorry, it's always Maya's fault. Yeah, it is. Panicked. Palms sweaty. Oh, Mom Spaghetti. I can admit it, I'm nervous. Just like the day. Oh, okay. Yes. This is, fast. Thank you. Heck yes. For some reason, chat's not showing. Oh, thank you for the head pats. But we'll have to live with it today. I don't know whether it's just my internet's being crap, because my internet's been weirdly off recently. That's probably what. Apollo, jeez. This is Kristoph. What did I do his voice as? I've written down what I want his voice to be. Okay. Slightly posh, but a bit German. Good morning. Yes, about here. Good morning, sir. You look tense, Justice. Wound up tight. Wound up, sir? No, I'm loose. I'm fine. That screeching noise, is that your voice? Well, I suppose it is to be expected. Your first trial, and it's a homicide. I guess justice doesn't start small, eh? I'm fine. I got a 5 AM to do my Cords of Steel voice workout. I'm fine. Ah, that explains it. I did detect a certain rasping quality to your screech. I ever did it again. As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down, if you get my drift. Drift gotten, sir. I'm all over that drift. As it happens, I dined with him the night of the murder. We can't let this case fall through. Yes, I'm fine, sir. Thank you for the head pat. One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. Okay. I'll be preparing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client. My name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney. And today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything, but the defendant has been accused of, well, murder. My boss wants to help him out, of course, and, well, so do I, but, I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him, no way! Whoa. Good morning. Morning. Thought to you today. First trial, nervous, meeting him, cardiac arrest. I think I'm supposed to say something. Help? So you're, fine. I'm fine. Ah, Mr. Fine, is it? Well, I did remember you having a bit of an, odd name. Yeah, it's Beanix. It's Beanix! My man! Oh my god, yeah. Also, I love the fact that in the Japanese version they refer to him as Hobo Hodo because his name's Naruhodo, whereas in the English version they refer to him as Beanix because it's Beanie Phoenix. I love him. Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? Well, I mean, with me. Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney and he's your friend, so why? You'll see. What happened to my man? 8 years have happened since the previous trilogy. I, don't know what to say. I think he might have just... I don't know. Huh? You can do it. Be confident. I'm really sorry this happened to you. I mean... It's time. Shall we? Yes, sir. Okay. I need to focus. First trial. Here comes justice. April 20th, 10 AM, District Court, number 2. Hobbada, hobbada, hobbada. Oh, Payne's back and he's in a yellow suit this time. The court is now in session. It's good to get to do the judge voice again. It's really good to get to do the judge. There we go. Oh gosh, need a stretch. Booze, gambling, being an alone father. You're doing that? Yeah, it's all just a mix, innit? The court is now in session.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
It's good to get to do Payne's voice again. I love the fact that I can just immediately go, that's Payne. The defense is, fine. I mean, ready, Your Honor. Mind going blank, don't panic, it's hard, too late. Your name was Mr. Justice, was it? And this is your first trial? Attorney's badge. How long did I yearn for one of these? Just putting it on makes me feel ready. Smith's autopsy report. Oh, they changed his name. In the original version that I played, well, the original version that I saw, his name was Shady Enigma, and his name is now just Shady Smith. A single blow to the forehead. Here's the crime photo. Kristoph Gavin, 32, my boss at the Gavin Law Officers and a first-rate defense attorney and my trusted mentor. Phoenix, my first client standing in front of this guy makes me nervous. Shady Smith, the victim, a traveller only recently back in the country, and Winston, 61, prosecuting attorney. For all his experience, he lacks a certain presence. Okay, cool. Right. This is your first trial. Yes, Your Honor. But I'm fine, really. You're quite sure? Your voice sounds a bit strange. Well, yeah. Mr. Gavin? Yes, Your Honor. I was under the impression you would be heading up this case. That was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always cede to his client's wishes. And my client specifically requested Mr. Justice. Well, of course he wants justice. There we go. But to entrust his case to this greenhorn? But why? I do not exaggerate when I say... You're the best attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. So Gavin's got trial experience, fine, but does he have Courts of Steel, though? Let's begin. The defendant may enter the courtroom. This truly is an unforgivable turn of events. Unfortunate. I'm sorry we had to meet under these circumstances. Long time no see, Mr. Wright. Let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days I'm merely Phoenix Wright, piano player. Mr. Wright, how could this have happened to you? I won't speak further of it then. If the prosecution would be kind to us explain the charges, Mr. Payne.
To think I saw you enter the room a fresh attorney, and now I'll see you leave in chains.
Mr. Payne, subtle as ever I see.
The crime occurred at the Borscht Bowl Club, a Russian restaurant. The defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and hit him. Wham on the head. Slack. Killed him cold.
A customer at the restaurant, you said? And he was?
The pianist for the club, it seems.
Phoenix Wright, a pianist?
This is the weapon that took the victim's life, a bottle of
wine. It's not grape juice. I'm not doing this again.
Grape juice is apparently our defendant's drink of choice.
He's an alcoholic. Phoenix the alcoholic. The court accepts the deadly bottle as evidence. Okay. Deadly bottle. The grape juice bottle uses the murder weapon bears Mr. Wright's prints. Okay. Something to note, Justice. All evidence is filed in the court record. Make a practice of checking it frequently. The court record. Right. I've heard of it. Use R to look at the evidence. I'm confident in your ability to handle it. Right, use R. Sounds like it's time for some hands-on action. The victim was a customer at the restaurant. But who was this Shady Smith?
We believe he was a traveller.
A traveller?
According to his passport, he'd been out of the country for a number of years. He'd only returned to the country recently, though his place of residence is unclear.
And he had some sort of connection with the defendant.
That is unclear at present, Your Honor. We believe they first met at the Borscht Bowl Club at the night of the crime.
They'd only just wet, then why murder? Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing.
That doesn't appear to be the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. At least not piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean. As we can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime.
Okay. Give me a second. Wait a second. Isn't poker gambling? That's a crime in and itself. Let's go gambling. Why do you think I'd put that?
It appears our defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal.
Objection. It's true the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. But it was only that, a game. In the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor.
A competition.
A test of wits, a silent clash of passion. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blau flan, know its final outcome. Come again?
The cards on the table had blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present and impress women.
There we go. That'll be our first order of business. To find out more about this fatal game of cards. Very well, defendant. Will testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime. My pleasure. This is it, my first trial. Here goes nothing. Okay, cool. I'm a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is. A game, and our customers are happy. A pianist who can't play the piano.
Better than a defense attorney who can't defend.
Very well, the defense may begin the cross-examination. Right, Your Honor. My first cross-examination. Don't blow it. You're right, you're spitting bullets. But bullets where? It's a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds strained and raspy, too. My brain feels strained and raspy, sir. You've watched me perform cross-examinations many times, though you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher? What to do? Ask Gavin for a refresher course in cross-examination. No, I think I'm alright, because I've played all the games this year. No need to help. I think I've got this one covered. I think you'd better do more than think. You know it, or you don't. I'm fine. The cords of steel are ready for battle. My weapons, press and present. Find any inconsistencies and lies in the testimony and reveal them to the court. That is cross-examination. Learn it, know it, do it. Inconsistencies. Lies? Phoenix, right? As if Phoenix would never lie. And it's up for me to prove it. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Okay, a pianist, I told you I can hardly play at all. My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. Helps me attractions. Rules are simple, we play a game using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is, a game, and our customers are poker. Hold it! And they pay you just to play poker. That would seem to be the case. I'm a professional after all.
Oh, do I detect pride in that statement?
Give me a second. There we go. Cool. Just gonna, there we go. Just finding my dashboard, but this is fine. Everything's great. Okay, there we go.
Do I take pride in the statement?
I can't believe Phoenix is addicted to Balatro. Like, oh my god, I can't believe that.
It's hard for an honest, hard-working member of society like me to imagine.
Yes, your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston.
What?
I've played poker for 7 years in that little room, and I've never lost once. You see why the customers come now? Defeat the undefeated champion. Quite a draw. Well, that is, I'm quite a draw. Wait, you've never lost once? Not even one time? Well, I said I'm a professional. I've played poker for 7 years and not lost. Is that even possible? So you claim you weren't gambling? Oh, there we go, chat's working now, hooray! That's right, it was simply a game. You didn't bet any money? Not even a little. The only thing at stake in our game was pride itself. Pride, oh my god. Happy June, everyone. Well, for Krista, right. What am I to play hand of poker myself? The stakes your fate. Can we get back to the trial now, please? I can't imagine Mr. Wright lying in a testimony. Isn't it a little early to be jumping to conclusions? This is your first cross-examination, so take it slow. If you'll need more information, don't forget to press. Right, I've got it. I'm fine trying to listen to that testimony again. The room in the crime scene photo is an attraction. It has quite a history, actually. The Borscht Bowl Club used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day. Black market? All in the past. Things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. No, it's not, but okay. Suffice to say, there were a lot of deals being made under the table. Right there in that very room. A smoky room, gambling. What's true, no? Just looking at this picture makes me feel bad. The bosses gather around the table, cutting deals safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, a goon keeps watch through a small window. I can practically picture it now. That window does look like it'd be good to keep out a lookout. The room had a few other tricks to it, though it was common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in a room steeped in history. Despite its dark past, it was just good, clean fun. The rules are simple. We play a game using 2 decks of cards. 2 decks of cards. Yeah, a simple measure to prevent, and if you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards. There's something else. In addition to the cards on the table, there are some lines scattered on the floor. Precisely, cards on the table, cards upon the floor, each one forming a complete deck. A crime scene painted blue by a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really. Like, what's the other colour deck, then? I'm assuming they use 2 different coloured decks to alternate between so they know which one's which so you can't slip in a card. I'm assuming it's either like yellow or red or purple or something, or black. Incidentally, we use 2 types of cards. One deck of cards was red, and the other was blue. As I recall, in poker you make 5-card hands. I can see how it would be easy to cheat. Yeah, a game of hands. Okay, cool. This competition you're talking about. I believe the court understands the nature of the game. That's right. It was a simple game. Probably red, I guess. Yeah, it was red. You sure? People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment the crime occurred, yet you claim no connection to the crime. Now that's strange. Oh. What's strange? I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honour. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defence. I completely let that one slip. Don't despair yet, Justice. Sir? Right, there's something I'd like made clear. Name your connection to the case at hand. And I'd like to hear it from you. Sure, why not? Very well, the defendant will amend his testimony. Just one little press and I've got myself a whole new testimony. I plead silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched the murder weapon. I can't imagine Mr. Wright lying. Isn't it a little early to be jumping to conclusions? This is your first cross-examination. Let's take it slow. If you need more information, don't forget to press. Right, I've got it. Is that it? I never touched the murder weapon, but didn't you say it's got your fingerprints on it? Yeah. Objection! Oh. Wait, there's achievements in this one? Oh my god! I thought it was just the Steam version that I had achievements, but no, it's the other version as well. I'm eating carrots now. Good carrots. So, you say you didn't touch the murder weapon, but what about this grape juice bottle? Right? Yeah? Something the matter?
Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb.
What's this?
I examined the bottle in question, you see, and it was covered with the defendant's fingerprints.
Objection! I just shout justice, I can hear you just fine. Excess yelling could damage the judge's ears and our case. But what about like cords of steel? Anyway, what's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant? That's true, prints alone don't prove he did. Oh,
they wouldn't prove a thing if they were normal. But the fingerprints on the murder weapon were upside down.
Upside down?
Means he was holding the bottle inverted, and there can only be one reason. Bonk. Yes. You brained someone with the bottle.
Oh, I love his sprite. Mr. Gavin, I think things just took a turn for the worse. Oh? I see no problem. I see no problem, Justice. The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything you see. Defendant, explain your fingerprints on the bottle. I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. For now. Not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case.
I'm sure because he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. This must be the reason.
Objection. Your Honor, he seems to have forgotten something. What might that be? On the night of the crime, who was it that had reported the murder to the police? Reported?
That was the defendant, Mr. Wright, but still. Yes, well, according to the case file, the murder was reported by near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone.
Near the scene?
Let's take a look at the diagram of the murder scene. The victim was murdered in a small room in the basement 2 floors down from the ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception. The defendant used the stairs in this hallway to go above ground. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant.
I see, and this is the phone that made the call. Right, cell phone added to the call record. Cool. Okay. Okay. The defendant could have fled the scene of the crime if he chose. Yet he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And yet you claim he's being uncooperative. Okay. Nice save, Gavin. I better not waste this. I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being.
Toyed? I assure you no one's more serious about. Ooh.
Oh, give me a second. There we go. Just move it.
gonna pop this over here.
There we go. It's down here. There we go.
Died, I assure you no one's more serious.
What was it you said? The defendant was in the room the very moment the crime occurred. How could you possibly know it? That's a good question. How indeed? The answer is simple, Your Honor. The prosecution has a decisive witness.
You're as good as they say you are.
So someone else was in the room the night of the crime. The room where it happened. The room where it happened. They must mean they witnessed the crime. Everything until now has been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready? No, I'm blue. Very well, the prosecution may call its first witness. Oh, hello. The witness will state...
The witness will state her name and procession.
Hold on a moment, where's the witness?
I surmise she's been frightened by the defense's demonic-looking horns.
So I used the little hair gel.
Relax!
I've no fear if any horns point in your direction, this court will cut them off.
You are sure?
I swear it on my gavel, please come out. Isn't violence against hair a crime, Your Honor?
Well, if you are sure it's okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go up here. Now, the prosecution, wait a minute. But the prosecution can't explain the witnesses' paraphernalia.
Yes, she's a professional, Your Honor. These are merely the tools of her trade.
And that would be?
My name is Olga Orley. I am employed as waitress in the Borscht Bowl Club restaurant.
Then why the camera?
Of course, it's my pride to serve borscht at his naming restaurant. But I also perform, how it is said, other service.
I take it one of these other services is taking the customer's pictures. Payne's jealous of Apollo's hair? Oh, absolutely he is. Oh, absolutely.
Boop. For example, this one.
Ooh, that's the defendant.
Indeed, on the night of the murder. Man in white hat, the one who gone kaput.
Indeed, that is the victim. Order. This is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop.
It is same way I drop cold wash the borscht on laps of customers. Casually.
The court will casually accept this new evidence. Okay, cool. Olga's photo.
Witness, where were you at the time of the murder? I was in room, the hideout we call it.
Excuse me, the hideout?
It is room where famous gangster bad guy was arrested.
Bad guy? That is awful. That is just awful.
It is room where murder took place.
What?
Boop. Your luck of utter surprise. It is lovely. I will post by courtroom door later for you. The photos will be numbered and you will write the 21 copies.
There were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga, our witness. Mr. Wright isn't the killer. Very well, witness. You'll testify to the court about the night's events. Okay, cool. When's testimony?
That night, customer asked me to deal cards for game. It was cold, both players played with hats on da.
My favorite Guilty Gear character, Sol Bad Guy. Yeah, exactly.
It was cold, both players played with hats on. The victim, he plays whole time with hand on locket at his neck. Then last hand is done, but something terrible has happened. The man flew at the victim and is strangling him to death.
Okay, cool. Okay. Okay. Boop. Give me a sec. There you go. Incidentally, who won this game?
Isn't it obvious the winner was the victim, Mr. Smith?
That's ridiculous, because Mr. Right can't lose. Justice, maybe you can come up with a more legitimate objection. He hasn't lost in 7 years.
Take it from me, kid, it does happen. I didn't lose a case my first 7 years as prosecutor either. Incidentally, I have some evidence here. These are the poker chips that lay the very moment of the crime. The hand and chips on the side belong to the defendant. Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith.
Chips, you say?
I mean, yes. Imagine the poker is war, your hand is your army, the chips are the spoils.
After all, in my youth, I was known as the poker head of courtroom number 3. I think he means poker face. Looking at the picture, it does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table, but it could be like the red ones are just higher and the black ones are lower. Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Okay. Customer asked me to steal the cards for the game. It was cold. Both players played with hats on. What have we got in terms of photos? Do they both have the hats on? Yes, they do. Okay, so they do have hats on, yeah. The victim played the whole time with his hand on his locket as his neck. He played his hand on his locket. Doesn't Phoenix have a locket on? And it's not shady. He doesn't have one. Okay, last time is done and something terrible has happened. Look, the victim is strangling him. No, because it's a different, it won't be strangling, because didn't he get hit and not strangled? Okay, yeah. Got you now, Ollie. Okay, cool. We're gonna go to it's the strangulation. It's a weird choice. Objection! Yeah, it's this. Oh really? Strangled, you say? That's odd.
Normal customers only choke on borscht.
No, I mean this report shows the victim died of a blow to the head. Miss Orley, really now? Did you witness the crime? Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything, but he's not wearing his locket. He's not wearing the locket. I think Phoenix is wearing one though.
It's a fact he was hit. Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation.
So he had to take it off at some point. That's quite shocking. This head certainly was hit. Okay, go to the forehead.
But I've seen it happen. The defendant, he lunged the victim's neck.
Oh, Ollie, I think I've caught you in your own lie. Justice, I admire your enthusiasm. Perhaps you should think it through once more. What? I found a contradiction. There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me. Should we continue this cross-examination? There's such a thing as thinking too much. The horse is dead. Let's stop beating it. There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much, too. Okay. Both played with hats on? The victim plays hand on locket as the victim. Okay, is this the point which we have? What does the thingy have? He doesn't have anything on his neck. Objection! No. You know, there's one curious part in her testimony, like Mr. Gavin said, but what does it mean? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about? Recall the testimony. The victim played with his hand on his locket at his neck. I believe she said.
You aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar.
No, but look at this photograph.
Look at this photograph.
Do you see a locket on the victim's neck? Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I knew you'd be able to handle this, but what does it mean? For to believe the witness's testimony, then the locket disappeared following the victim's death. Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honour. It's quite simple when you think about it. If the locket's gone, someone must have taken it off. Taken it... Wait, you don't mean... The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it? Ah. Defendant, what do you have to say? Yeah, he's wearing the locket. Say? Yes. I just noticed this, but you have something hanging around your neck there. Oh, you mean this? Yeah, it's a locket, with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. And yeah, he is a kid in this for some reason. I was like, huh? Is she adopted, or is it like... Yeah, this song sounds like something out of Mega Man. Is she adopted, or who did he have her with? Like, huh? Someone there? Is it right you have a daughter?
We confirmed it at the time of the arrest. The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter.
Mr. Wright has a locket too. Why don't I buy it? This is just a coincidence. Well now, if the result of this poker game led to the murder, perhaps we'd think about more of the outcome of the game.
A further testimony won't be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost badly.
No, because the red ones are going to be higher.
Miss Orr.
Miss Orley, you will testify to the court about the game.
Duh.
Okay, cool.
The game begins with 3,500 points in chips for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. The one who was winning, it was victim. Her last hand, defendant played with all chips on the table and loose. The moment the loss was decided, defendant grabs bottle from table and...
Oh, dang it. Yeah, right. Right, reproduces asexually. He is an ace attorney. Yeah, he is, isn't he? Oh, dang it. Hey, Captain, how you doing? Looking at this picture, it does seem to be a one-sided game.
As the court knows, poker was the defendant's life. The failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow.
How many times have I heard these words? I've done it in a fit of anger, Your Honour, and now I regret what I've done. A common tale, but true. Just waking up, how you doing? I'm alright. Stream had some complications near the start, but we ended up restarting it, and it's been okay for now. We've begun the Apollo Justice series now, so we're gonna do it just like once a week instead of twice like we did for the other two games. 'Cause summer be summering. It is a bit warm here. Methinks the judge watches too many old court movies. Mr. Wright said he hasn't lost in 7 years, so the testimony must be wrong. Okay. Serious competition. 35... Too small and large. The one who was winning, it was the victim. It's gonna be to do with the poker chip sizes. I'm trying to remember which piece of evidence you should, like, which piece, whether you're supposed to, like, present. And which is which? Oh, the chips in this photo, all the chips that were used.
Duh. Of course.
Something's fishy with these chips. Should I press harder? Yes. Maybe you should explain a bit about the chips.
Explain? What is there to be explained? Objection! Poker chips are poker chips, they're not fish and chips, not a chip off the old block, not a motorcycle cop, not a...
Yes, we get it, thank you. Now I've pressed her, I'd better ask something. What are these chips worth? Are they in dollars or rubles even?
Yep, as I've been saying before, it was game, not gambling. Hard perhaps for capitalists to understand. Two types of chip, 100 point and 1000 point chip. It is not money.
Justice, don't you find her comment interesting? In more ways than one. I'd have it added to her testimony. What does the defendant want to add her? Yes, we do. Jim a carrot, oh my god. I do think this deserves some further scrutiny. Add it to the testimony. I wish I knew where I was going with this one. Very well, witness, if you were so kind.
Your honor. One kind of chip is worth 100, the other worth 1,000. Two kinds in all. So, is this the point which we present the photo here?
Objection! Yeah. Cool. You sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure.
It seems our new attorney's a bit confused. A glance at the picture's enough to tell you. If you're not in kindergarten.
Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem? Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small chips and large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000?
Why, the big ones.
Oh, I thought so too. But then the totals don't add up.
The totals?
Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with 3,500 points in chips, and the combined total of the chips was 7,000. My calculations are correct. Yes, 3 plus 1 carry the... Yes, they are, Your Honor. Now, look at the photo that allegedly shows all the chips. Where's the missing, 1,000? Oh, is it just 6 of them? If the big chips are worth 1,000 and small chips are worth 100, and you add them up, well,
how much is it?
Do it yourself. You aren't even in kindergarten, aren't you? 10,600. The chips wouldn't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony.
But why? How could this be?
Exactly, Justice. Now you know the but, you must determine the why. Right, there's only one possible to explain the contradiction. Both were right, it's just the small chips are worth more. Each man began the game with 3,500 points. If all the chips are indeed shown in the photograph, then there can be only one answer. What is it? The value of the chips was the other way around. What? Want to know what I think? The small chips were worth 1,000 points, not the big ones.
What a madness!
Show me the photograph. There are 6 small chips and 10 large. Why, that does make 7,000 when you add them up. Excellent work. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it, you know? There we go.
But wait, the value of the chips may be different. That changes nothing.
No, it does, because that means Phoenix is winning. The victim don't have the larger number of chips. Ah, exactly. If the small chips are 1,000 and the large chips are 100, let's do a little maths. Add up the points for each side of the table. Simple as. I'm gonna save here because I want to make sure that I'm. There we go.
Oh!
The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,001. Oh! Well now, seems that Mr. Wright was actually winning that night after all.
That's impossible.
My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning.
Ah!
Now, Miss Orley, you must have known the true value of the chips, since you were there at the scene of the crime, weren't you?
Oh!
Hold on. The prison defendant has lost his motive. and Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened. So, we must now ask ourselves whether we can trust the witness's testimony at all. Excuse me, what is it, Orly?
I did not want to be saying this, but actually, you see, see what, Ollie? What do we see?
In the last hand, there was cheat.
A cheat? You don't mean a trick.
What do you mean, a scam? They're all the same thing.
There was cheat in last hand. It's like game ends with chips, they are.
Just great. First we have lying and now cheating. Well, this case certainly takes us on for the interesting. Witness, you will please testify this to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand. Okay, cool.
The last hand, both men had full house. There is 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. You look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. Next moment, game becomes argument. The defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand and bought Mr. Smith.
Miss Orley, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? I thought I smelled a cover-up here. So she might have been the one cheating, and then she deliberately is saying this. I don't know, was she friends with the victim maybe? And is that why she's... I don't know. Well, folks are trying to throw back the covers. A full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make in my experience. What do you mean cheating? In the rules of Balatro, you can use death and just copy cards. That's how it works. Oh my god. It's easy to make.
That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics.
Mr. Gavin, what's a full house? Oh, you sweet summer child.
Lawyers these days, you don't know your poker.
Can't say this bodes well, not for you or your career. What is this, some kind of secret court poker ring? Justice, you know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 of a kind. Yeah, no problem. 2 cards of the same number makes a pair, and 3 makes a 3 of a kind. Good, now picture a hand with 1 pair and 1 3 of a kind. That's a full house. That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it?
You can see each player's hand in this photo.
Why is that a cheat? Because they both have different aces.
We forget there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat.
Yeah, but they didn't they say they have 2 separate numbered cards to deliberately go, you can't do that? If you did cheat in the last hand, that still leaves one important question. If the right lost that hand, who's heard of a professional conman losing when they cheat? Yeah, exactly. I think it's the victim that's cheated, not Mr. Wright. Both men have full houses, 4 of each card in the deck from ace to king. If you look at both men's, whose cheat is more obvious. Is it though? I'm gonna see whether I can present this, maybe. No, you can't. Okay, so you can't act. Oh, yeah. No, ugh, crap. No. Clearly there's a contradiction. How exactly the evidence and statement related? Nope, okay, cool, they aren't. Okay, cool. I guess I'm pressing her on that one then, okay. Okay. How is it clear?
Well, the defendant played the 5th ace.
A 5th ace?
I still remember both hands very well. Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces. And Mr. Wright's 2. Obviously cheating was a photo, perhaps I should say a hand.
Welcome back, Maxim. Your Honour, perhaps it can be added to the testimony without Mr. Painstruck. Well, there's a different number of aces than in the photograph. Because the victim has 3 kings. No. This is when we present this one. Yeah. Payne is bolder than ever. Yeah. It appears the witness is mistaken.
Mistaken, but my name...
No, that's not what your name is. This piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony. That's a photo of the chips. Perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way the judge can comprehend. In other words, use your finger to point out your point. Please point out the contradiction in this photo. What particular point contradicts with the witnesses? The king at the top. Here, right? Miss Orley, in your testimony you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces, but it doesn't. But as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only has 2.
Well, maybe the witness was confused. Maybe it was the defendant that has the 3rd ace.
Take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's his 5th ace? I see cheating, alright, and it's going on right here in this courtroom. 2 aces in each player's hand does make 4. Hardly proof of cheating.
Please, it is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. He was cheating.
That's odd. She must be lying, and yet she's the most sincere I've ever seen her all day. You're right to trust in your instincts, Mr. Gavin. Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honour, if I may, I have a suggestion. What might that be, Gavin? If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards. The cards? Mr. Payne, the players' hands that tonight were set aside as evidence. The defence would like to request their cards be shown to the court. Is it going to be that one of them has a different coloured back? Like, specifically, either they're all blue and one of them is red, or they're all red and one of them is blue? Which will you examine, the victims or the defendants? The victims. If the cards don't prove cheating was going on, nothing will. Now, which of these hands is more suspicious than the victims? It is the victim's hand that changed over the course of the testimony. The defence requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards. Very well, Payne, if you would.
Very well.
Okay, cool. Well, times of hasting. Get to it, Justice. Yes, sir. When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. Try using the R stick to turn it every which way, and X and Y to zoom in and out. And that should give you a better perspective on the case. Alright, let's do it. Oh! It's blue! What? Your Honour, look at this. One of the victim's cards, the back is a different colour.
What? It's impossible, but I put that card in right.
What was that, Miss Orley?
Yeah, no, I merely said that I have...
Your Honour? Mr. Gavin, yes? Tell me, what's the easiest way to cheat at poker? I'll tell you, one merely needs a friend. A comrade, shall we say. The dealer. So you mean... this witness, Miss Orley, she's the cheater. A professional, I'd wager. Gotta get going, see you, Bean. Order! Focus, Justice, trying to take advantage of her. Well, I mean of her mistake. You get the gist. Your Honour, please recall the testimony we just heard. Ergo, Miss Olga Orley conspired to cheat, not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. Oh, not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly, and therefore it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim. You don't mean the defence isn't accusing the witness, Mr. Olga Orley, are you? Time for justice. There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident, and if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means I am. The defence accuses the witness, Miss Olga Orley, of murder. I'm guilty! Oh my god! Oh my god, it's us! We did it! Eek! There we go. I'm gonna just move my mic up a tad. Mr. Payne, where is your witness, Olga Rawley?
It appears she's lost her consciousness, Your Honor.
Justice? Your Honor, seems you presented a new possibility to the court. One suggests a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith. And that means court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at the time. I did it. I held out, even for a little bit. I see no point in prolonging the trial. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries. Oh, who's this? Regal! Mr. Wright? You can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet.
What nonsense is the defendant spewing now?
Think, one of the cards had a different coloured back. Don't you wonder what it means?
What are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous!
Mr. Payne, you of all people should know. Mr. Wright has a talent for the ridiculous. Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night. As was said before, we alternated between 2 decks of cards.
That was said before.
The 2 decks at the club have different coloured backs, blue and red. 1 colour per deck. Why use different coloured backs? We use the same colour, the 2 decks might get mixed. So use different colours and they still got mixed up. We used the red deck for the last game. Okay. I see, but that's odd. For some reason, I have this impression you were using the blue cards. Yeah, that's because both Payne and Gavin said to the court that they were using blue ones. So why did Payne and Gavin think that they were using blue ones when Phoenix knows it was red? Yeah, me too. That's because 2 of them said it was blue. Whereas Phoenix is now saying they're red. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards. Yeah. I think it was both Gavin and Payne both said something about blue cards.
Whatever, in the end, 1 card of the wrong colour got into the mix, which means there was cheating.
Yes, a card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate it, and yet this card raises 2 serious questions. Apollo? Yep. Let's consider the first question. In the last game, when was the card swapped? When? Well, there are 3 broad possibilities. It could have been swapped before the murder, during, or after.
Well, yes, thanks for the news bulletin. Of course it was swapped.
It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne, or it might not be.
Oh.
I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped? After, I think. I think after. Because they would have noticed if it was before. During, I don't think Olga would have made that mistake to put in a random card from another deck. Like, she would have gotten her own, like, red-backed cards if she was doing that. I think it's after. Perhaps it was after the murder.
What's that? Ridiculous! What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown?
Yeah, but tell me, how do you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible.
Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible.
Oh, when the backs of the cards are a different colour. You pulled that during the game, you'd be caught in no time. Quite true. That means the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown. After the murder.
Okay, this is going past silly and straight on to crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game is over? Who would do that?
Who indeed? That's one of the mysteries before us. There's another. A simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue one? Who? The game and murder is done. The victim is dead. Only 2 remain in the room, alive. The defendant, Phoenix, and our witness, Olga Orley. So who was it that swapped the red card for blue? I think it was someone else. I think there's a third party who didn't know Because Olga wouldn't make that mistake. Olga wouldn't make that mistake. Phoenix wouldn't have made that mistake. I think the one who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Right, of course. And, well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Olga either. What are you suggesting? That's hardly a logical conclusion, I'll admit, but as the defense, I think it only makes sense to you to name Orly at this point. Yeah, I know, but she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I just can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong colour card. Yeah, if she was gonna cheat, she'd be better at it. Yeah, if the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright? Oh, my apologies, Your Honour. It was just thinking how much fun this is.
Pardon, but confusing. I have no idea what the defense is claiming. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant, and it wasn't Miss Orley.
I'm gonna turn the game down ever so slightly. God, the mouse does not like me today. I'm having a great time with this stream. There we go.
Okay. If it wasn't the defendant and wasn't Miss Orley, then who was it? Yeah, well, that is the question, isn't it?
Precisely. Huh? I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. A new direction? We'll find that indeed after the murder. Someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand. And that someone made two critical mistakes. I'm sure you're going to tell me the first was swapping the wrong colour card, because the one who did the swap didn't know two colours of cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card. Right, the person replaced the 5th ace with a king. I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a 5th ace after all. All they knew is the game had been won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in.
But there's one problem. According to our case record, the person doesn't exist.
True, not till now, but you have to admit the possibility of a 4th person. Though it's more than a possibility. There was someone else that night at the scene of the crime.
What?
I mean, Kristoph was there. He was there dining with Phoenix, but I don't think he went downstairs. I believe the judge spoke truthfully. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright. Those trials proceeded on one central assumption, namely, at the time of the incident, only 3 people. I believe this new evidence, you say, overturns that assumption. The problem is you chose to conceal this information from the court. I suppose that is a problem, yeah. Court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during the recess. Certainly, Your Honour. Very well, the trial will resume in 20 minutes. Cool. That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime. I must ask, is it the truth? Well now, I think you would know the answer to that. Being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. I will only ask you to leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Kristoph. Justice? Yes, sir. The judge has summoned me to his chambers, so carry on without me. You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? Sure. That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Wright? You're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket. You could take a look at it. Speak to my daughter in there. Aw, look at her. Trucy. I'm just surprised you hear you had a daughter. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you? What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did. It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. I never, honest, but it is odd he managed to go undefeated for 7 years. Wanna know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all the time to win. Poker. You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. In that way, it's a lot like a court case. Poker is like trial law? Figure out what your opponent is thinking, and you win. Well, yeah, that's harder than it looks. I think not. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. So this is Apollo's bullshit power, is his ability of body language. You're kidding me. That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. You notice? No? I didn't notice that one. Words, habits, twitches. It's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you. I'm not worth it. I mean, there's no way I'll pass upon these signals. No, you can do it. You just don't know it yet. What's he talking about? You will, soon. Every lawyer has a bullshit power, you just need to discover yours. I almost forgot. One more thing about this case. You should know I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. Huh? I knew it. I have my reasons, of course, all shall be revealed, and Apollo, I need you to be there defending me. I need your power. My power? I had no idea my chords were succeed or that special. There we go. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. To be continued. New font. Save. Oh my gosh, it's so warm here. It's like, oh my god. It's like I have to keep moving because my legs keep sticking to my bloody chair, and it's me going, why? Why would you make me do this? District Court, courtroom number 2. Court will now reconvene. Has our witness, Olga Rawley, recovered?
Yes, Your Honor, but she's regained consciousness.
Perhaps we can hear her version of the events again.
That's the thing, she's quite fatigued.
Looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne. Suddenly fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify, or prosecute for that matter. The defense would like to request Mr. Orley take the stand. Very well, the witness will take the stand. Hi, Olga. Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession. Or perhaps you'd rather admit you're a poor liar and a poor loser.
Not.
Oh? Oh, she got her card. Oh god. What did she just say? Give me a second. History. I'm keeping the name, but like, name's Olga Orley. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quickfingers Orley. Oh really? Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian. My last name sounds like, oh really? There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied. I'm actually from Bulgaria. Witness, you will tell the court what you were really up to that night. Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, you see. I remind you, you're currently under oath. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences. Fine. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy Smith hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game, as a waitress. So you were in cahoots with the victim. Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles, but winning wasn't the main purpose of the game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant really. You see, we set up a trap. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call them out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card, and the trap would snap shut. You swapped the cards. Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of it, it would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Indeed, getting caught red-handed would cast doubt on his prior wins. A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan. Oh really, Ollie, how droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake. I agree, the trap was elegant, yet what happened to that planted card? That's right. He's lucky, I'll give him that. You'll have to be to slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers Orley. The witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick. Cute? Who wants to be cute? I'm not cute, I'm bad, you hear me? Bad. She sounds like Nero. And evil. It's fine, I'm not cute, I'm evil, and it's like, aww. Oh my god, it's so warm. When you're through being bad, perhaps you should testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung. Testimony, cool. That night I planted the card like I was supposed to, and Wright lost the last hand just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched them. But the planted card was gone, the trap failed. Next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. Wasn't me who hit Smith, it was that no-good cheating defendant. A surprisingly frank testimony that leaves us mostly in the dark. The trap was perfect, I tell you. That rotten cheater hadn't messed it up. Look who's talking. Our testimony for what it's worth is all yours, Mr. Justice. With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors? That night I planted the card like I was supposed to. Okay. But the planted card was gone. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle. Did she see it? Oh, wait, no, she's doing the touching the back of her head thing, right? Wait, didn't Wright... She's doing the touching the back of her head thing. Wait, isn't that a little odd? What's odd? You searched Mr. Wright thoroughly and found nothing. Which means he didn't cheat, which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Well... What was that just now? I sensed something. It's my lawyer bullshit power, it's awakening. Something wrong? Nothing, Your Honor. To do what? Should I possess her a little harder? Yes. Zolly, you're hiding something. What are you talking about? You're... Me, Quickfingers Orley. Hide something.
The defense will refrain from baseless accusations.
I have one question for the witness. You said you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. I did see it, honest. So when Wright hit him. With my own eyes, I saw it. What's this weird vibe I'm getting from her? The witness, for instance, is Ollie. Should touch the back of her head during certain parts of... Yeah. Did she get hit and not him? Touching her neck, was it? Oh. What is this? What are we doing? Whoa, what's going on? Sensation. It's coming into focus. Also, apparently there's a funny piece of fan art. Well, not even fan art. It's a funny piece of art from one of the developers of the game who said that he doesn't squint. He actively, like, opens his eyes a lot when he does this. Yeah, it's a lot of just fan art that just says he's, sorry, I sneezed there. Oh my god, I need to take hay fever pills. But, like, he apparently opens his eyes a lot. And there's just a load of fun of him opening his eyes so wide to this, and it's great. The sensation, it's coming into focus. Like Twitch, it's so clear, that's what I'm streaming on, oh my god. It's like I could perceive a habit like I couldn't before. Okay. Oh, X perceive. X to perceive. X to doubt. This is so weird. Bullshit power. I forgot about this. Miss Orley, perhaps you were unaware of this. Unaware of what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. My neck? So what? What indeed, Justice. I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. When she sits at the heart of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it.
A memory? What? Would someone care to explain what he's babbling about?
It is highly unusual, so let's ask the defense. You claim that witness is remembering something. Yeah, she's remembering getting maybe hit herself rather than thingy. God, we love just coughing in the middle of a thing. It's a great summer. Okay, there we go. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe we have evidence of this memory. She shows her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So what would remind her most of the moment of the crime? Orley, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I've noticed it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind that habit of yours. Oh, thank you for the headbats. I believe the weapon that left an inerasable impression on your neck is this. Was she hit with it instead of Phoenix? Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. And what reminds us more about the moment than this bottle, the murder weapon? But something doesn't fit. If you were the only witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain?
What's he talking about?
It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit. Not you. Ooh. Ooh.
This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wired conjecture. The witness's habits, they're completely irrelevant.
Justice, I'll admit I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later, just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Miss Orley, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment.
You're knowing nothing.
We know you're not Russian. The witness will testify, please.
Fine.
He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there. But didn't you get hit with the thing? Hold it! You seem uneasy. You try standing up here. Your eyes are darting all over the place. I must be getting warm. After the crime, what was the defendant like?
Well, you must have been stunned by the weight of his crimes. He sat in a daze at the table until the cops came.
Intriguing. I believe you've gotten all the testimony you're going to get out of her. So what do you think about her testimony? I'll tell you what I think. Her testimony is flawed. It's basically bogus. It contradicts the evidence.
What's that?
Show us this evidence, Mr. Justice. This evidence you claim contradicts the testimony. She didn't let him out of the sight until the cops got there. I know there's some evidence that contradicts that. Because didn't he call the cops? There's only we have a record that clearly contradicts what you said. It says the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. We know the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club. So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. The man who picked up a bottle and swung it wasn't the defendant. Ooh, we're going back to the original. Okay. Okay. My dirty cheat! Check his pockets now!
Just then Smith grabbed the bottle from next to the right, and he hit me.
There's a master of cheating you turned out to be. When I came to, the victim was already dead. Is that it? That's why I couldn't reveal who I was. If it came out I was in league, then I'd be a suspect. Well, where does this leave us?
Madness! This is madness! I'm dreaming! It must have been me who is it with the bottle. I'm imagining this.
Seems our prosecution is at his wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think? Mr. Gavin? Sir? I believe that as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Mr. Orley a big fat liar. What? 3 were in the room the night of the murder. The defendant, the victim, and you. You have a motive. A plot foiled. The witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith. And the denouement of that argument was murder. But I'm no killer. The trap someone's trying to frame me. What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive. So tangled we catch ourselves in the process. Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Kristoph. What are you saying? Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder. Right, like Wright was saying before. A single card was swapped into the victim's hand, and the one who swapped the card didn't know 2 colours were being used. A 4th person.
This theory of getting your 4th person doesn't exist.
I mean, anybody else at the bloody restaurant. Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape, and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal. And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us, and right at the beginning of the trial. This is why everyone thought the cards were blue. Whereas they were red and 1 blue card was shuffled in. Someone who didn't know the backs were red. Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about. Remember what I said? The 4th person who swapped the cards made 1 critical error. Thought the backs were blue. And who was the first person in the court to go, the cards were backed in blue? Before Winston showed the evidence and saying he probably refers to these, pulling out a deck of blue cards. But he didn't pull out the deck of red ones. He or she wasn't considering the colour. Right, but how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. And yet, there's 1 person here in our courtroom who thought those cards were blue. Yeah, I had that impression too, but why? Because Gavin said it first. Well, think you can figure out who it was?
It's not me, I swear.
Yes, I know, you pulled out the deck of blue cards after someone else said they were blue. I always get put on the spot. Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game were blue? As I expected, your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. I was right. Kristoph Gavin, you were the 4th person that night. But of course Mr. Gavin knows the colour of the cards. How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which of the cards are blue, the ones on the floor, or the table. But you can see the colours in this photo. Yeah, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light, and before Olga said the cards were blue. It's true the defendant was engaged in a game of poker, yet it was only that, a game in the purest sense, a competition, and says the cards backed in blue flame. A test of wits, a silent clouds with passions, only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame. Well, Kristoph. Mr. Gavin? Mr. Gavin, is something the matter? Nothing, excuse me, I was just so subtle. Right, you aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Yeah. Oh, Kristoph. You know I'd never take a joke this far.
This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder.
I cure you, I'm quite sane. Give me a second. Yeah, there we go.
What possible connection goes to Gavin up to the victim?
I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Swith either.
Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met.
Are you sure about that? I don't know. It's, I don't know. Well, what if they have? Oh. I'm gonna turn my mic slightly up. There we go, that's fine. We love that the first episode of like a game thing, it's always like audio issues. We love it. There is a possibility they may have met that night before the game started. What are you suggesting? Is this the truth Mr. Wright was staying silent? Only one thing to do. Right, the defense would like to request that you testify to the court. The defense would like to request no such thing. I'm the defense attorney, not you. Mr. Gavin? Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happening before the game of poker be related? Oh, sorry, Gavin. I'm the defense attorney. Not you. He requested me. I'm not sure I follow. As I explained before, the case believes in Miss Orley. Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice? He is the defense, not you. Yeah. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you. Okay. Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear him? Yes. This is Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along, and I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. Et tu, Justice? You would betray me, your teacher. I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin, this isn't about loyalty. It's about the truth. Ooh, we got you now. Adding more lemonade to my cup. There we go, we got it. Very well, the defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand. That evening, Kristoph and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Judy Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoph left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead and blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. Okay. Mr. Gavin, you were at the Porsche Ball Club the night of the murder. I dine with him rather frequently.
And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder?
Quite against my will, I'd become quite involved in a murder. Though I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You're playing this all along, weren't you? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. The only thing I want is the truth, as I did back then, and now. I thought my office was doing you a favour when we took on your defence. It appears that I was wrong. Oh, very well, the defence may cross-examine the witness. Justice. He's lying and you're going to expose him. Understood? Gavin versus Wright, this can't end well. Why can't I have a normal trial for once? Kristoph and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Okay. Shady walked in 5 minutes after Kristoph left, and the trap girl Smith hit the waitress. Okay, this one? You mean the call to the police on the first floor, correct? Exactly, cell phones don't exactly get a signal down there. Was anyone else on the first floor at the time? Not a soul. It was the middle of the night after all. So there in the darkened restaurant I called the cops. After making the call I returned to the hideout. Didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone. Okay, so, no. This one? About this failed trap. This is the same trap that Miss Olga Rawley mentioned. Yeah, that one. Okay. Yes, a harmless prank in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it.
A quirk?
I happened to put my hand in my pocket and I, well, found a card. The card she planted. Yeah, I snuck a peek at it and found out it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of it before the game. Disposed where? There was an empty bottle of grape juice I'd been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle.
An empty bottle?
The murder weapon? Yep, I rolled it up and shoved it in. The coloured glass makes it hard to see. A battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. Sounds like terrific drama. A card inside the murder weapon? That's strange. Did the police miss it? Maybe I'll take a look. Mr. Wright, the poker head of courtroom number 3 approves of this battle of wits. Please revise your testimony with this new information. Okay, I discovered the trap during the game and disposed of the card in the bottle. What do we have? Do we have the bottle? Oh, can I? There we go. There's nothing in it. The bottle's completely empty. Grape juice. How long has it been since I drank grape juice? Apparently it's Mr. Wright's favourite drink. I wonder how well it goes with borscht. Okay, so it's empty. Is this the truth Mr. Wright was talking about? I don't know what you have to do, he's lying. Yes, sir? I have to think, what's Wright trying to tell me with this testimony? The truth has to be in there. Okay, when I returned, he was dead. Look, there's this one. Is it not this one? Photo of forehead. Hat was removed during the investigation. If he had his hat on, how would he know he was dead? Objection! Okay. I don't know why it had me revise the... I don't know why he revised a different statement there, but I think that's just how it was. They just revising random statements. Okay. So it was just a present and I didn't have to press. Okay. Mr. Wright, if I may. Take a look at this photograph of the crime scene. See the victim? He's wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead. Good point. So he wasn't wearing the hat then. Next time you point out an inconsistency, point a little more oomph into it. Mr. Wright, explain it to the court. I forgot to mention something. I was the one who put the hat on his head. You put the hat on the dead man's head? He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the police, when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view, shining bright just like in his photograph. And I picked his hat up off the floor and put it on his head.
Why'd you do a thing like that?
All I can say is I'm sorry, but that's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. So, Miss Orley didn't see it being the victim's head. I think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Here we go again. Mr. Gavin. Okay, I'm back again. Heck yeah, welcome back, Maxon. We are trying to expose Kristoph, our mentor dude, for actually being at the scene of the crime. It just seems our client is determined to lie his way through the case. He's still our client, isn't he? In any case, please continue this cross-examination. I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence. Okay, so they want us to present something now. Push him harder, Justice. Break him. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. Why do I get the feeling we're not on our client's side anymore? Okay, no, it's... Are we just going to present the bottle here? Objection! Okay, yeah, it's another objection. Mr. Wright, if I may. I've examined the bottle and I don't see any card in here, nor do we see any blood. Mr. Wright, surely ... isn't all you have to say. I can't say I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however. Unless the bottles were swapped. Oh, perhaps a fifth person came and took it out, or a sixth person could have helped. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client. My apologies, Your Honour. I won't have you disparaging our investigation. We looked inside the bottle. There was nothing inside. So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again, or did the card just disappear? I believe there's enough of that. Gavin? The witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how I came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago. And also, I'm too tired of this damn case. I want to go to bed. Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Kristoph. I never knew. I believe it was you threw the first stone. Okay, shut the fuck up, both of you. Mr. Wright, if you ever tend to tell the truth about this case, it is now or never. Don't be misled, I haven't told a single lie here. Huh? When I noticed the trap, I put the card in the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the hat on the victim's head, let's say I had a reason for doing that as well. Because if anybody knew about the gash on his forehead, they would know they were there. That reason is right here. Your cell phone? That night, recall I spoke with Defense Attorney Gavin after calling the police, just in case I recorded our conversation. What's this? No, well, here I shouldn't see no reason why I shouldn't play it back. Kristoph, I seem to be in a bit of trouble. What's this? Game not going well? Something like that. The gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good. He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him hard. You mean someone cracked that flawless bone china pate? It wasn't you, was it? Me, please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands, should it come to that. What? Bone china plate? Oh, I saw pate. Can't believe I just misspelled that in my head. Can't believe that. Kind of porcelain, very smooth and shiny, and not plate, but pate? Pate? I think it's referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead. The court appreciates the defendant's discretion in not indicating my forehead. Wait a second. Something's not right about that phone call. So after Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Borscht Bowl Club? Most certainly. Then how did he know? When did he see this bone china pate? Pate? Both. It's not got an accent, so it's not pate, it's just pate, I think. That's right. Yes, that was when I began to see my good friend in a very different light. Troubled, I returned to the crime scene, and when I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realised exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court. How did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head? This is your reason, the reason why you put the victim's head back on. Your point, Gavin? It's come down to this, headed Phoenix, right? Order, I will have order, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honour.
I believe the court has been left with no other choice. You prepared to hear Defense Attorney Gavin's testimony?
well as the prosecutor,
We will break for 10 minutes. After which Gavin will take the stand for a cross-examination. Are we all clear on that?
Crystal clear, Your Honour.
Very well, this will be the final recess. Okay, is this to be continued or not? Okay, no it's not. Okay. April 20th, 2:32 PM, District Court, Lobby number 3. Okay, okay. Okay. Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright are both in the judge's chamber. Ah, dang it. Oh, hey Bean, welcome back. Oh, 91. We are just about in the final segment of the first trial. And we're proving that Gavin, our mentor and assistant, was actually there at the scene of the crime. May I? Oh, hi! You don't have a voice yet. You're a character without a voice yet.
Please take a card.
You will go with Pearl's voice, good enough. Is this one okay?
Excellent. I have a message. The last hand is about to be played. You need a trump card to make it.
A trump card?
The card you've chosen is magical. Use it wisely and the game is yours. That's all.
An ace? Where do I remember that card from? Oh, it's the missing ace. It's our missing 5th ace. Yes, Olga, we know you're there. There was cheating, I swear. The missing 5th ace, but this blotch of red. Is this blood?
You have your trump card, and it's up to you to cut the deck and draw the truth. My father's fate's in your hands. I know you can do it.
But this is Trucy. This blood-stained card is my trump card for finding the truth? I fell deep into thought as my mind raced to understand what it meant. Really putting the ace in Ace Attorney, exactly. That girl, I'd seen her, but where? That's when I made the connection. Bloody ace added to the court record. The thing is, I know why the other guy has her in a locket, by the way. I got spoiled on who the guy, the victim is. Drama ride, babies. Court will now reconvene. Defense attorney Kristoph Gavin, will you please take the stand? And Felix replaces him. If you would, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honour. Will the witness take this name and occupation?
Is this fast necessary? Believe me, far stranger things have gone on in this courtroom. I swear we had to negotiate with a parrot in the first game. You don't want to know. Fine, I'll play along. There's one thing we need to make clear. How do you know about the secret beneath the victim's hat? By secret, I'm guessing he means the fact that Mr. Smith was bald. Forgive my curiosity, what is it about this fellow's head? Your Honour seems to have an inordinate interest in it. Oh. We love how the Sam Riegel is voicing, Phoenix. Oh, we have his OG theme. I wouldn't call it inordinate, Mr. Gavin. Mr. Wright. What do you think you're doing, right? Well, things look sure different from the other side. You know what I mean, Apollo. Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore that hat all night, never once taking it off, apart from that one time. That one time being the instant he was hit. Yeah, exactly. I didn't see the problem with a 5th ace. Balatro decks have way more. Like, have you ever played the erratic deck? Just use a death card and start spawning in your ace of spades and then use the scholar to get loads of points. Hanging Chad scholar build. Like, oh my god, that'd be such a good way to do it. Oh. When Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor. Mr. Wright picked it up and placed it on his head. In other words, in order to have seen Mr. Smith's bald head, you would have had to be there in the hideout at the time of the crime. In other words, I must be the real killer. Is that what you're trying to say? Oh, it feels weird seeing his sprites in the front. Not bad, Apollo. Mr. Gavin, I'm afraid I haven't been entirely honest. What? I assure you I had the noblest of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright. Yet I'm afraid in the current situation I see little reason to hide anything. Allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night. Okay. Tell us, how were you involved in the evidence of the fateful night? Let's go. So raged, I sensed that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club. I went down to the basement and peeked in through the window. It must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead as he appears in the photo. A bald head and an unconscious girl, and Wright holding a bottle in hand. I sensed it was not the best time for me to be at the time, and so I left. That's when the call came from him.
So you witnessed the murder?
For better or worse, I missed the actual moment of the deed. Gavin, may I remind you on Mr. Wright's defense team, your testimony clearly disadvantaged your client. I mean, to be fair, we did kind of go after Matt on guard at one point. What else could I say? I'm standing on the witness stand. So you are, Gavin. And you had to testify as you just did. You had to tell them you saw the scene of the crime through that little window. Mr. Wright? You had to say that, because that was the only probable window, right, Apollo? Mr. Wright, the defense should do the cross-examination, not the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared? Yes, Your Honour. I can't believe I'm going up against Mr. Gavin. This trial is getting weirder and weirder. The rage I sent to the men troubled me, so I returned to the club. Okay, I went down to the basement and peeked through the little window. Must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead. Bald head, unconscious girl, and Wright holding a bottle in his hand. Those are the only three at the scene of the crime. Yes, as far as I saw.
Then we're back when we started. The killer was the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Who else could it have been? But why didn't you talk to the police?
Two reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime, and second, my office was asked to defend them. Even after seeing what I'd seen, I couldn't abandon my friend. There must have been someone else at the moment of the crime. Justice, I said I saw no one, not a soul. But that goes against what Mr. Wright said. Ah yes, this mysterious fourth person, who would conveniently be the real killer, I suppose. Glad to see we agree, Gavin. Let me pose a question, Mr. Wright. Tell me, what possible reason did the real killer have to swap the cards in the victim's hand? Perhaps you can show us the reason why a thing would be necessary. How can I show something I can't find myself? Remember, Apollo, the card that was swapped out was the 5th ace. Right. The question of why the killer would swap out a card has been raised. Can you point a reason? Yes. The defense would like to present evidence to the court. Evidence showing the reason why a card was swapped out. Then go ahead and point out your reason. Why did the killer take the 5th ace? This? My reason is, this.
Is that an ace?
Why, it's got blood on it. Yes, it does. Oh, yes, it does. Right next to the spade. What?
This is insane. Why wasn't I told about this?
Could this be? Could this be the missing 5th ace? Inconceivable. How could you? What are you doing with that card? Oh, well, that's the thing. Why is Mr. Gavin so upset? It's just a fishy card from a fishy girl. Oh, that card, it's mine. Well, that is, I picked it up at the Bosch Bowl Club that night after the murder had occurred. I gave it to my daughter. Cards are stock and trade, after all. Impossible, unacceptable. The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud. A fraud? How can you be so sure? I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. Allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason? The reason for the killer to take the card from the scene of the crime? Where are you going? Take another look at the photo and at the victim's head. The moment of his crime, his hat fell to the floor and a trickle of blood ran from his forehead down to the back of his head. Couldn't a drop of that blood have fallen on one of the cards? I suppose. The killer then took the card to hide the blood. Yeah, because then that would... Because if his blood... If the blood was trickling down the back of his head, how did it end up on the cards, though? Oh, apologies, you can hear one of my dogs in the background. Oh no. He's having a right go. Regardless, that evidence is not impermissible. Oh. Right, regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years, you used to be a lawyer. You know what a serious crime it is to conceal evidence. Well, we can discuss the finer points of our legal system later. What's important now is I've answered your question. What are you talking about? You wanted to know why the killer would have taken a card from the crime scene, and now I've told you. That one drop of blood would have been decisive evidence. This is baseless conjecture. Baseless. Objection. Oh, I assure you, it's quite based. What? It's amazing, really. How a single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo? Yes. Try picturing the scene of the crime. In your head. Yeah, how did the blood get there? It's 3D time. No, my dog is now woofing at me. Okay. Thanks, Ruby. The murder took place in the hideout. She's annoyed because she can't get into the room now. The body of the luckless victim was found in the poker table, and before the killer swapped a card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood on it in the victim's hand. Give me a second. I'm gonna BRB because of the fact that I'm just gonna quickly BRB while I go check what my dogs are barking at. Give me a sec. There we go. Yeah, dog was just having a time. I don't know what the heck she was doing. She was just barking at the cat for no reason. It was me just going, oh, okay. Cool. Right. There's a single card with a drop of blood on it on the victim's hand. Given this, there is one decisive problem with the scene. What is it? Let's keep it simple, shall we? Given there is a drop of blood on the card, whose position this diagram doesn't fit? The victims. The victims, the killers, witnesses, second witnesses? Whose position doesn't fit with the bloody card? The victims, because the blood wouldn't have gone there. Well, isn't the victim's position the problem? I don't follow your logic here, Mr. Justice. Well, look, the victim was struck on the head, sending him back in his chair. You think any blood would fall behind the body, not onto the table? Take a look at the photo again. If he bled in this position, the blood would fall on the floor, not on the cards. Yeah, exactly. Why, that's right. What does this mean? Incidentally, we were sitting in swivel chairs. Swivel chairs? Oh, man. Creeper. Apollo, try turning the chair around. Oh. Oh, okay. We can do that. I didn't know we could do that. The chair was facing the other way. It would have to be. But why would it be facing the other way? So, we have to assume at the time of the murder, the victim's chair was facing away from the table. When Mr. Wright returned from informing the police, which way was the chair facing? When they came back to the room, the body was seen as seen in this photo. That would mean the killer turned the chair back around. Let's take the next step. Look at the diagram once more. We now know the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder. Oh, give me a second. Give me a second again. This creates another significant contradiction. Again? Let's test your reasoning skills again, shall we? Apollo, whose location on this diagram contradicts our new understanding of the crime? The victims, killers, witnesses, second witness. Whose location creates a contradiction if the victim was facing away? The killer? Because it'd have to be in front of them? The victim was struck from the front, correct? Indeed. Well, wouldn't it be hard for the killer to hit him from the front? Well, sitting where his indicator currently is. I would think it'd be quite hard.
Yes, but what you're saying makes no sense. Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall? In the middle of a game?
I believe a sufficient reason will soon come to light. You see, there's something in this diagram that makes far less sense. Look again at the diagram. Apollo, if the victim was struck while he was sitting as shown here, where would his assailant be standing? Try marking it on the diagram. But there's no room to put a mark where the killer should be. Don't worry, let's think it through and see where we find. We know the victim was facing towards the wall at the time of the crime. That's the only thing we know for sure. Try to forget about everything else. Where would the killer have to be standing to strike our victim from the front? Here. The killer had to be standing, well, here.
You get points for flair, but that's about all you get.
I thought I was onto something there too. No, you are.
I need hardly to point out that standing there would be impossible unless you moved the bookshelf. The victim is facing a solid cupboard. Or are you claiming the killer climbed the cupboard and hit him from above?
It's simple logic, really. If this was the only place the killer could have been standing, then that means that at the very moment of the crime... Wait, I know. At the moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't there. I mean, that's the only explanation, right, Mr. Gavin? Joanna, I have a suggestion for the defence. We should arrange to examine the cupboard and the hideout immediately. Bailiff, send a team to the crime scene immediately. Have them try and move it. Your Honour, there's one more thing your men should look for. Please give this to the bailiff. Is it going to be look for a 5 of hearts or something? Yes, I see. I do belong in the court after all, Mr. Wright. I do my best. It's going to be try and look for a 5 of hearts inside a bottle, because that's going to be the murder weapon. Let's forge ahead here while we wait. Look at the diagram once again. It's been changed. If the killer was standing here at the time of the crime, then this cupboard wasn't here. Which means... Apollo, try moving the cupboard. Here? This one? Oh, that window's covered. As you can see, the cupboard was the problem. At the time of the murder, it has to have been shown here. Now, everything's in place to reconstruct the moment of the crime. Oh my! What's this? Watch it now! Look at the diagram of the crime scene again! It appears we found yet another contradiction. What I believe to be the final one, in fact. Oh, dang! Notice something, Apollo? Our line of deduction is rapidly approaching its logical conclusion. Now then, Mr. Justice, please point to the new contradicting indicator. Isn't the victim, the killer, witness, the second witness? Which indicator in this diagram contradicts what we know about the crime? The second one, which is where Gavin is. About this cupboard, are we all okay with assuming it was moved? Sure, why not? Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit. The cupboard would completely cover up the window to the stairs. Someone standing outside wouldn't be able to see in. Someone like Mr. Gavin. What do you say? Is it the coolest defense in the West losing his cool? You don't expect me to play along with your game, right? It's only a game until someone gets killed, Gavin, and someone was, while the window to that room was blocked by a cupboard. So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court, exactly where did you witness the crime scene from?
Excuse me, Your Honour.
Order, this is a court of law.
We just now received word from an investigative team at the Bowl Club. They've examined the cupboard at the hideout.
And what do they find?
Well, Your Honour, it turns out there's a secret passage behind it.
Oh boy. I believe I mentioned something of the sort before. This is one of the tricks to the room many of our regulars know about. I do remember him saying something about that now he mentions it. The secret passage is a handy thing to have when you're engaged in illegal goings-on. You never know when you might need to duck away from the eyes of the law. So the room is a secret passage. Where does it go? Well, the other side connects to the restaurant above. The underworld bosses could get away from the cops and enjoy a cold bowl of borscht, no doubt. Just like our killer. You see where our line of simple deductive reasoning has led us, Apollo? I see it, but I don't believe it. That girl wasn't kidding when she said I needed this trump card for the last hand. At the time of the murder, the window was blocked and the victim's hat was only off his head for the few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder and Mr. Wright's return from calling the cops. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's bald head was from inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin, say something, please.
Can I ask what really happened?
I think we can probably figure it out ourselves at this point. That night, for whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith. A date with destiny. They had lovely flowers, and they ate borscht together, and they kissed, and it was great, and oh no, not that kind of date, sorry. Date with destiny, yeah. Dual destinies, that's next game. There he crouched, hidden in the secret passageway behind the cupboard, holding his breath, waiting for just the right moment. And then the chance came, and he took it.
Ah!
Eek! Why'd you do that? Wait here, I'll get help. That's Phoenix. Miss Olgaroli was out cold and was struck by Mr. Smith. But his time was soon to come. Mr. Wright went upstairs to call the cops, leaving Mr. Shady Smith alone in the hideout with the unconscious dealer. Then our killer stepped out from the secret passage and into the hideout. The victim must have heard the cupboard sliding aside and wheeled his chair around to look like a James Bond villain and... bonk. After the deed was done, the criminal must have seen the blood on the card. He would have, of course, realised he needed to destroy the evidence. That single spot of blood told the whole story of the crime. Too bad for him, he didn't linger any longer in the hideout. If he had, he might have noticed the cards on the floor, and the fact they were all red. Ugh.
Well, it seems this trial's taken another turn. I'm truly sorry I had to see this day come, Mr. Gavin.
Mr. Gavin.
Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honour.
The prosecution will continue its investigation. Thus for Phoenix, the defendant is hereby cleared of all suspicion. Believe me when I say that I don't believe this is happening, Mr. Gavin, but I'm afraid circumstances call me to issue a warrant for your arrest.
No need to apologise, I rather enjoyed myself. It's not every day you get to witness a legendary attorney's dirty tactics firsthand.
Your point, Mr. Gavin.
Frankly, Your Honour, I'm shocked that a person of your calibre would be taken in by such a low-grade parlour trick.
Excuse me? The defendant is cleared of all suspicion.
This is hardly the time for jokes. Right hasn't proven anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he's done is used illegal evidence to put the blame on someone else, and not just anyone else but me, his own defence attorney.
But you're not his own defence attorney.
Objection!
Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin, is there any reason that's present to suspect me of wrongdoing?
Of course, this bottle.
The bottle of grape juice? How do you intend to explain the fingerprints on the murder weapon? And not just any fingerprints, am I right, Mr. Payne?
Actually, yes. The fingerprints were upside down.
Because he was pulling them out. I seem to recall this being an issue earlier.
Does the court in this case demand an explanation?
I can think of only one reason why one would hold a bottle upside down, and that's to hit someone with the bottom of the bottle.
Well, Your Honour.
See how the courtfish squirms to the last. Well, Apollo, your boss seems awfully concerned about this bottle, but I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation. Just like that, the bottles were behind him, weren't they, in the photo, from what I can tell? Ah, yes, grape juice. Yeah, the grape juice counter returns. The Phoenix is an alcoholic. That's the title of me editing down all of these for the trilogy. Phoenix is an alcoholic. Yeah, just like what? Why would anyone grab a bottle upside down other than just to hold it? Don't let him trick you into thinking his explanation is the only legitimate one. Is there really another? Yes! Take another look at the court record. I believe you'll find a simple answer in plain sight. Why don't you just say your answer in plain words?
Be hasty to deliver a verdict with unanswered questions, indeed. Well, Mr. Justice?
Gavin said that the court in this case demand an explanation, so don't worry, justice won't leave until justice is done.
Perhaps the defence would care to enlighten the court. What evidence do you have to explain why the fingerprints are upside down?
There's a photo of him together. These two, this one. It's actually easier to show you than explain, Your Honour. Place that bottle on the floor next to your chair.
Excuse me, on the floor?
Now reach down and pick it up without getting out of your chair. See, you naturally go to pick up the bottle by its neck, with your fingers upside down. Look at this photograph taken on the night of the murder. The defendant, Mr. Wright, sat here playing piano, bottles of grape juice on the floor to the side of his piano bench. He would have naturally picked up the bottles upside down several times.
Can't believe it was that simple.
Recall our dinner that evening, Kristoph. I was drinking my unusual juice then too. Basically, you used the bottle on the table to do the deed, but then you must have remembered, so you went and picked up one of the other bottles from under the piano, and you switched the bottles. You took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and made it look like the murder weapon.
Order! What do you have to say to these charges, Mr. Gavin? Fascinating. So this is the legendary attorney's famed tactic of misdirection. What? You claim I switched the bottle. Where's your proof? Proof? Well, that's, as I thought, more baseless conjecture. I'm afraid your bottle of proof is quite empty. Objection! I wouldn't be so sure about that one. Your Honor, when you initiated the investigation of the hideout, do you recall I requested an additional investigation? I have your memo about that here. Retrieve bottle from under the piano at the Borscht Bowl Club. And here's one of the bottles in question. But you're going to dust that for fingerprints too. I would be surprised if anyone on that bottle but his. Mr. Gavin probably wouldn't make such a novice mistake. That bottle won't bear a trace of anything. Say, Apollo, why don't you go ahead and examine the bottle? Is it going to have a card in it? Just humour me. Is it going to have the 5 of hearts in it that he put it in, and that one's supposed to be the murder weapon? That bottle will solve the case once and for all, because he said that he put a card in the bottle that was used as the murder weapon. And because that one that we picked up doesn't have a card in it, that one cannot physically be the murder weapon. That's some bottle. Oh, look! It's the missing card. There's something inside it. What's this? That card. Recall that unpleasant woman's testimony for a moment. Olga? Our little swindling debauchka. Oh, that's a little swindling debauchka. It was supposed to be a 5 of hearts. Wait, this isn't... You're telling me that this is the planted card you disposed of? The one you mentioned is a piece of testimony? Yes, it is! It was a 5 of hearts. Disposed where? There's an empty bottle of grape juice. Oh my god, I need to like change the text speed at some point to make it go faster when I get straight off stream. It'd be so much easier. The 5 of hearts. The bottles were swapped, and the only one who could have done it was the 4th person in the club that night. You, Mr. Kristoph Gavin. Yeah, 4-1 is an incredible case. Levitation ability. "4-1 is one of my favourite cases, I will say. It is just an incredible case. That's all. Is this the idea of revenge, Phoenix? Revenge? For the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago? My past is like my logic. Straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tete-a-tete, right? This is insane! What about me? Did I get to prosecute anyone? No. I believe this is the time we've come to the end of our trial. Payne, do you have a report for us on Kristoph Gavin? He's admitted everything. We're processing his arrest now. Still, he has to wonder why he'd do such a thing. He didn't even have connection to the victim. None we know of. Mr. Wright, do you have anything to add? I'm afraid I can't shed any more light on the matter. But the victim, Shady Smith. His occupation was listed as traveller, an odd profession, and that's all we have to know. I'll arrange a follow-up investigation. Knowing who that character is a weird thing to think about. Mr. Wright, 7 years and you still haven't lost your touch. Kristoph Gavin was a man with much significance, both as a friend and as a lawyer. He was extremely talented. I needed 2 things before I could confront him. The first was a place where no injustice would be tolerated, this courtroom. The second was a man who would tolerate no injustice. In other words, a defense attorney. You, Apollo. Me? This is a dark time for our legal system, a twisting of justice brought on by our very own initial trial system. We have to set it right. Mr. Wright? Our work lies ahead of us. And I, for one, am looking forward to it. Yeah, Phoenix becomes the mentor. It seems like a good time to announce the verdict. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty. Woo! Confetti time. Since Gumshoe's not here, who's throwing the confetti? Court is adjourned. April 20th, 428 District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Thanks, Apollo. You came through just like I thought you would. Pretty sure I didn't do a thing in there. It was you who cornered the killer. I couldn't have done it by myself. You sensed it too today, didn't you? Your ability. Yeah, your bullshit lawyer power. Yeah, sensitivity I lack. You'll come to understand it soon enough. Also, he's not got his Magatama on, so he's not got his Cyclops. I wonder if he means... I have one question for the witness. I love his little pushing his finger to his forehead thing. The weird vibes, yeah. What was that? You'll have to find the answer to that question yourself. This question is never answered, and I hate that. Well, technically it is answered, but it just gets weirdly complicated, and I'm like, why would you make this complicated? The answer. Right. Today was full of questions without answers. Most of them about Mr. Gavin. What possible reason could he have to commit murder? Perhaps you'll learn that in the days to come. Wait, you don't know? Well, this locket is the key. Oh, that reminds me. I met the girl whose picture's in your locket. She's wearing blue now. Your daughter, right? That's right, she's my daughter. You were right about this locket. Huh? I took this off his neck the night he died. Yeah, first game he's ever played, still a banger. From what I got from the first time I played this, I assumed it was like he was. I thought this meeting was like a poker thing, but I think it's more. I think it's like the locket. The reason why the other guy has the locket is like maybe it's like the other guy is her actual father. Or her foster parent or something, and then Phoenix is her stepdad, and so it's like a weird transferring of like parenthood, I guess? I don't know, it was weird. But it looks like our dear Russian scam artist saw me. So the truth is, this locket did belong to him. Wait, but that's perjury! You testified, you said the locket was yours! I said no such thing, actually. I merely said it was a locket with my daughter's pictures inside. A subtle distinction, but a distinction nonetheless. And it's the truth. But why? Why was the victim wearing a locket with a picture of your daughter inside it? Because the fact that somehow the victim and your daughter are going to be like actually related, whereas he adopted her. Somehow the straightest path to the truth isn't the best one, so give it time. You're still getting started with your career. Speaking of which, I think I'm out of a job. I work for Gavin Law Officers. I still can't believe I saw Mr. Gavin get led away in handcuffs. Apollo, how about coming to work for me? You mean that the Wright & Co. law officers? I mean, there's not even a single attorney in my generation that doesn't know it. I can't imagine that to be true, but... Wait, didn't you... You're not a... Oh, I turned in my badge. Yeah, I'm not an attorney anymore. Between him and Miles turning in their badges, it's like, oh my god, you two are like obsessed with doing this. That incident 7 years ago. That legendary trial. And at the middle of it all was one man, Phoenix Wright. The case reached its sad conclusion and he left law for good. Did he put the love on karma and use of forged evidence? If so, yeah, fair enough. You ever thought about coming back to court? I'm not qualified to stand in a court of law, I'm afraid. Didn't you notice? There was a single piece of forged evidence. What are you talking about? The ace that she gave him? I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. A naughty magician's trick. One piece of evidence struck me as odd, it's true. It just seemed, well, too perfect. I'll bet this was the forged evidence, the ace. Take that! You mean this, don't you? I got this from your daughter, Mr. Wright. Yep, that card couldn't have been found at the crime scene. Why? Because the killer took it with him when he left, leaving the wrong card in its place. Luckily for us. So he knows. But to be fair, Phoenix has done the same thing before. He did it in the Furio Tigre case, in which he said, I have the bottle right here, and then Tigre immediately went, no, that's a fraud, I used the green one. Instead of, like, Phoenix going, oh, here's the brown bottle. My verdict was already handed down 7 years ago, but... yeah, I forged this card. One look at the crime scene should have told you it wasn't real. But you can't do something like that and call yourself an attorney. Who's calling themselves an attorney, Apollo? So it's true. The rumor is true 7 years ago. None of that matters much now, does it? Oh. I punched him. He punched Phoenix! Jesus! The bailiff just staring at him going,
wow, this is getting heated. I didn't think we'd get a fight this early on in the game. Wow.
It's your story from here on out, Apollo. Perhaps I can help you turn the next page. My office's address. Drop in if you like. Mr. Wright. Oh, and about your uppercut. Try yelling, take that next time. I find it packs a little more punch. And Apollo, thanks for today. I had a good time. Teleports out of there. And with that, Mr. Wright walked out the door. And that's how my first trial ended. A lot of mysteries went unsolved, and at the time, I had no idea they were all related. Every mystery that day connected by a single thread of logic. I'd find that out soon enough. My name is Apollo Justice, attorney at law, and this is how my story begins. Hooray! That's the end of case number 1. And now we go on to the second case, Turnabout Corner. Let's go on to the next game. Not the next game, but next chapter, Turnabout Corner. Okay. As long as we draw breath, the wheel of fate turns. Somebody's car. Hit and run, baby. Oh. What? When does Apollo get brain damage? That's next game. Spinning big crimes and little crimes together. And when the wheel stops... you die. Okay. Apollo gets brain damage in Dual Destinies, which is game number 5, which is the next game. So 3 more cases, and then he gets brain damage. And then 1 more game, and he gets more backstory that he really doesn't need. 2 months have passed since Mr. Gavin's arrest, and it was like, they gave Phoenix, they didn't really need to give Phoenix any backstory other than he had a terrible girlfriend, and a terrible mentor, and then nothing about his family, and they were like, well, we need to do something about his family, and so they just gave Apollo all the backstory. My first trial, and I lost both my mentor and my job. Yeah, I'll admit it, I was pretty screwed. But even when I hit rock bottom, I told myself I'd never come here, honest. What the hell? Here being the legendary Wright & Co. law officers. Okay, Justice, time to stop trembling. This is Trucy. I did her voice earlier. I'm trying to remember what I did.
You must be here for the interview. Right this way. Hi there. You found the right place. Welcome.
What's with this girl?
Well now, shall we begin?
Begin what?
Right, first things first. Any special talents? Yeah, well, you must have at least one.
Well, I guess defending?
Defending? It's an unusual talent, but it'll do. Little jazzing up, of course.
You think so?
Let's give it a go, shall we? Oh, Show me, defend!
Punches him in the head and gives him brain damage.
Give it all you've got. Don't hold it back.
What are you talking about? I can't just defend.
First lesson, a professional can perform anywhere.
Thanks.
We want people to be laughing with us, not at us.
But I'm not sure why they should be laughing at all.
What exactly do you came here to do?
Yeah, of course every fighting game character needs their own overly complex backstory. They want to use brain damaged Apollo in the next Marvel vs. Capcom alongside Franziska and her whip. And probably one of the Great Ace Attorney characters. Barak and his million chalices of wine. Exactly. I love the fact that in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles they just stopped using grape juice and called it wine. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Defend? No.
But do you know where you are?
The Ranko law officers.
Oh, I was afraid of that. Don't worry, you're not the first.
What's going on here? I came here to meet with the person in charge.
Well, you've apparently made no fewer than 2 mistakes.
But I got a call from Mr. Wright this morning.
Well, perhaps you should go read the sign out front again.
What's there to read? It's right there. Oh, why does it say Wright Talent Agency?
Welcome to the Right Talent Agency. Well, you've always come to the right place.
Yeah, they. I think they originally called it the Right Anywhere Talent Agency, so they've removed a word or two.
I'm Trucy Wright, CEO. I'm a magician.
It all came flooding back. The trial, the girl. Oh, I would love to see Gina in a fighting game. Absolutely. Flicks a coin, just absolutely sends her dogs on you. Probably punches you and runs away. It's great. Finisher, the whole ass burning carriage from one of the cases. I love the fact that they just pulled they brought the whole carriage into court. That's one of my favorite parts. Trucy Wright.
Here, check out our flyer. So, what's your name?
Apollo Justice, attorney at law. Oh, this is new. So is this really a talent agency?
You bet. Dad started it 7 years ago and he quit law. Of course we need 2 people signed up.
2 people? Does that include you? So Trucy, is Irish your mom, or are you just adopted, or? Give me a sec. I'm gonna quickly... Give me a second.
Trucy Wright, magician extraordinaire. I've done a lot of stage shows, paid too. I am a professional, you know.
Right.
Promise you'll come to one of my shows, okay? Let's see, and the other person our agency represents is Phoenix, pianist extraordinaire.
Your dad, in other words. Didn't you say you couldn't play the piano?
Our agency doesn't see that as a problem. There are many magicians who can't do magic.
At least you're optimistic, I'll give you that one. I'm gonna quickly BRB. I'm gonna quickly grab a drink and go to the bathroom because I've gone through the full case and I've not so give me a segundo. There we go, we're back. There we go. Got some more water now. So you're Phoenix's daughter, right?
That's right. After Dad quit law 7 years ago, I promised I'd keep him fed. Some kind of a sugar daddy.
No.
I'm in charge of this whole office too. Pretty amazing from a young lass of 15.
15? Oh, that's right.
Dad, he's like 33 this year.
I'm sure there's a good explanation for that. Yeah, I'm assuming, she's adopted, I'm assuming. How about Wright giving up law? It was because of the incident 7 years ago.
You know about it?
Not the details, I remember the news though. Pretty big deal.
So I hear. I was too young to understand what was going on. I'll ask Dad about it next time I get the chance.
Yeah, that reminds me, but Mr. Wright, he gave me a call this morning to come in.
He's not here right now. He's in the hospital.
The hospital?
He's on strict bed rest until he gets better.
What? Which hospital is he in? I'll pay him a visit.
In the Hickfield Clinic. It's quite close.
Gosh, I love hay fever. Hay fever, I just randomly have to like going bleh. We love it. Right, well, I'll be going now and give this showbiz gig some thought, alright? I mean, just 18 years old are crazy years, yeah. Yeah, God, yeah. To quote The Princess Bride, you keep using that word. I don't think you mean what I think it means, yeah.
Wait, I'll go with you.
Hickfield Clinic, at least it's not the Hottie Clinic. So this is Mr. Wright's hospital. Ah, for fuck's sake. No! Why is he back? I literally went, it's not a Hottie Clinic, he won't come back. Yes, he's back. No. I don't trust this man. Yeah, because I gave him Gollum's voice the last time I say. Visitors out here. Yep, are you the doctor? Yep, Dr. Hickfield's the name.
Morning, Doctor.
Hi. Good as ever.
Is this Dad's room?
Good, he's gone for a morning checkup, so how are you, Miss Trucy? I got any places you like examined? Fuck off. The nurse was looking for you. It wasn't the daddy of the cutest little thing. Guess I'll be off then. Later. I don't even want to read for this man. I don't even want to read for this man. Ew. Ew. I think we should kill this man. Yeah, he should be the next victim. Can this guy please be the victim of the case? Can he please be the victim? Please? Please? Please can he be the next victim? I really don't want to do this. Please? Anyway. Wow, what an odd bird that guy was. Morning, didn't expect you so soon, Apollo. Right. So, what happened? Who could have imagined it? Me, victim of a hit and run. You were hit by a car? He tried to swerve, I'll give him that. Picked me tossed 30 feet through the air. Only stopping when my head hit that telephone pole. How do you keep surviving this? Yeah, it's like... You're gonna help in the day you want to ask which day you said it. I hate that. Oh god, yeah. Oh god, yeah. I'm sorry, huh? Mate, how do you keep surviving these things? You've fallen into a river, you've been poisoned, you've been hit by a car and smacked your head on a telephone pole. Are you seriously okay, Phoenix? You hit a telephone pole, are you okay? Well, thankfully my only injury was a sprained ankle. He really is as lucky as they say. Yeah, he ate glass!
Just something that, well, it doesn't sit right. I can't believe you've got a daughter. And she's big, not like fat, but you know what I mean. Oh yeah, Trucy's still a child.
How many times do I have to remind you I'm not a child?
Oh yeah, well, you always be Valley's little baby girl to me. My foot, I'm not buying it. Something you should know about Trucy. She's a magician, right? She told me. Not a mere stage magician, she's a genius. You'll soon come to appreciate her talent. Yeah, he survived. Apollo's such a weak man. He gets hit once and gets brain damage. Yeah, meanwhile, Phoenix is here surviving all of this. He's even surviving Pearl's punches. Exactly. I don't even know when she comes back. Does she even come back? You could just tell me things instead of insinuating them. So why'd you contact me? What could the right talent agency want with me? No need to get prickly. I didn't ask to be dragged in like this.
Didn't you come into the office of your own free will?
Well, yeah, of course. Help, we're in big trouble here at the office. I thought someone was dying. So you don't think this is big trouble? My talent agency represents only 2 people and one of them's in the hospital.
That's right, how are we going to pay this month's rent?
Yeah, that's the problem with such a tight operation. Symbiotic relationship, when one of us falls, the other 2 must fall. Isn't exactly a suitable conversation to be having with a 15-year-old child. Well, in any case, if Apollo here can't help you, you'll have to transfer to the new school again.
No, I mean, we just made friends. How could you do this to me?
What? No, it's my fault. On that note, how come you work for us? So I've got the perfect client for you already lined up. A client? You mean I actually get to do my job? I get to defend? I hope so. We need to see Pearl and Maya again, yeah. Phoenix is just really weak. Yeah, he is. Oh my god, yeah. And again, all of the Maya allegations of nuking the country of Turkey. I'll hear what you have to say.
You got him, Dad. Hook, line, and sinker.
Now it's time to reel him in. It's official. I'm terrified of these people. Our client. Alright, so who's the client? Here. Take a look at this map and I'll explain. Last night I left the office just before 9. I was going to that Indokine pasta joint, Al Dente's. Al Dente, we love it. I play piano there, of course. That's when it happened. The car sent me flying, nicked a telephone pole, and zoomed away. Creepy, huh? Just a tad. Always as creepy as you held me the story like it was no big deal. The car sped off in this direction. So, good luck. What? You wanted a client, didn't you? Well, I'm your client. Find the guy who knocked me into that telephone pole. Whoa, I'm a defense attorney, not a detective. Don't worry, once you found the guy, I intend to sue him. Then you can stick it to him in court. I'm not a prosecutor either. I'm sorry, this is crazy. I'm going home. I got worked up, it was a joke.
Dad. Sorry, Apollo, he loves jokes, you know. Even the ones that aren't funny.
Your real client should be stopping by the office any day now. The office? You mean the talent agency? No harm in going, it's not like I have anything else to do. One more thing. Do look into my accent too, would you? I marked the scene of the tragedy on this map. So I'm assuming the 2 things are gonna collide. And it's gonna be like, one thing happened here, one thing happened here. It's right in front of the park, so it should be easy to find. So he's going to make me investigate this after all. Cool. Nick was just standing there going, well, average Friday, am I right, guys? Oh no, who's this gonna be? Hold on, you're gonna get back party on wait.
Morning.
Oh, this dude. I don't have a voice for you. I do not have a voice for this man. Apparently the hair comes with the hat, so... Oh, my dogs are barking again. We love it. They're probably barking at the cat outside. Great time. I love his design. Same. I love this man. Look at him. What voice do I give this man? Hey there, Trucy. Sounds like your pop's in a bit of a rough spot, eh? I guess we're giving him Scottish for a living here now.
All's well that ends well, I guess.
This is our client. So this is that Apollo fellow, eh? Yeah. The name's Apollo. Look at I'm there all arms crossed like ready to fight.
Probably my favourites in the entire series. Maybe do a civic to Canadian. I don't know how to do Canadian. We will live. Probably one of my favourite characters in this entire series.
Ooh, heck yeah. I don't know how to do Canadian. And then the I'm sorry. That's all I've got. You don't mean that literally, do you? I've all told you what I need, right? Don't let me down, Apollo. Don't worry about your defense, sir. I'm on it. Defense?
I can't do Canadian. I'm not good at Canadian. I don't know how to do that accent.
The noodle I've cooked is too late. My castle's been stormed. My heat's been kept. My noodle stand's been stolen. Noodle?
You know Mr. Aldine from the Needle Stand, don't you, Polly?
No nicknames, please, and of course I don't know him. New in these parts. Not really. You're not the best noodles in town, Aldune's noodles.
And whose noodles?
Mine! Oh my god, please help me here out.
This is Mr. Guy Aldine, our client.
Noodle guy. We love him.
Maybe you could tell us what the problem is, Mr. Aldine.
It's very easy to be Canadian. Just move your mouth like in South Park to become Ike from South Park. All I can imagine is the little girl who voices Ike just going,
Suck my balls.
and I can't start listening to Baby No Money. Yeah. Ruby, no, the cat isn't in here. We love my dog having a great time. Who is this dude?
If you run a noodle stand, Mr. Aldune, Guy Aldune's the name, and noodles are my game. Secret's in the soup. Been searching for the perfect soup for a year and a half. That's not that long, really. My family's been noodle men for generations. Got a lot of expectations on my shoulders. 15 fathers, passing noodles to 15 sons.
Pretty old noodle.
Fool that I was, come pushed it away, rebelled and picked another livelihood. It didn't turn out well. Now, there's no denying it. Solid broth runs through these veins.
Ike.
What the f-
Yeah.
So it was destiny that you became what you are.
We give Baby No Money. He's apparently the owner of one of the raccoon pages. We love it. I'm gonna quickly BRB again a second because my dogs are barking again and I quickly need to check that like someone's not at the door. Give me a sec. I'm having a great stream this one. Give me a segundo. There we go, we're back. There you go. We'll love it. Catos and all that sort of stuff. I think we'll actually only keep going for another half an hour. It'll be a shorter stream today compared to a lot of the other ones that we've done, but it's mostly just because it's a bit warm and I gotta take my doggos on a walk, so woohoo. This is the word, but in the end I was bound by the twisted noodle of fate. Not a mental image I care about. I'll still start my noodle stand, 15th generation of Eldoon's noodles. Huh. So tell me more about Eldoon's noodles. Don't know the genius that are my noodles. Make them so salty they're saltier than salt. I really don't want to find out.
Dad's a regular at his noodle stand.
He frequented my pop stand back in his attorney days too. Everyone's assistant. Sorry, I'll be back to drop by your stand too. Wish you could. Heck, I wish I could. I'd give you anything for a ball about now.
What do you mean?
It was stolen, my stand, gone. Oh, okay. Okay, it was last night, doing my rounds, blowing my whistle. Okay.
It's like an ice cream truck bell, but louder. You can get complaints.
Now you're just gonna try and butter me up. Sounds more like the blues than a whistle. Closed up my stand for the night, parked by the house. And then this morning, dark and early, it was gone, my key, my castle. Maybe some bum carted it off. I don't care who did it. Without that stand, I'm finished. All my noodle balls were there too.
That's the saddest thing I've heard all day.
Anyhows, that's the deal. Good luck. Wait, what exactly is your request? Find it. And the day you bring my baby back is the day you feast on as many noodles as you want. Of course, I make it so hot and salty 2 bowls would kill a man. And I'd really need defense. Speaking of defense, that's what I do. I'm a lawyer, not a detective. This is where I live. You can drop by if you need any info, okay? Get back today if you can, Apollo. Got noodles to make. Things have certainly taken a turn for the bizarre. Traffic accidents and now noodle stand thieves.
Actually, there was something I wanted to ask you about too, Apollo.
I have a bad feeling about this one. Wasn't the lady's problem, don't be cruel.
I lost something last night. That is, something was stolen.
What's this? More thieving and skullduggery?
Well, someone stole a pair of my panties.
Oh, mate, girl. What is Ace Attorney? What is their problem? What is Ace Attorney's problem with young children and just being a bit inappropriate? What is their problem? I'm sorry, what?
So they were stolen my panties, yeah?
Right. Those. That's a crying shame, that is, Trucy.
I was alone in the office, and I'd hung them out to dry, and a thief came and took my favourite ones. I ran out of them. Give them back. Wait.
Well, that was certainly brave of you.
I lost him. Without those, I don't know what I'll do.
Darn crying shame, yup.
At least the scene of the crime is convenient. I'll mark it on your map.
I'll be heading home now. Ace Attorney when no one's home. It's fine. Ace Attorney when mum comes in for seconds. Yeah, that. It's so stupid. This is what Ace Attorney is. So I try and do it when, like, no one else is in the house, but then it's like people always come in at, like, the worst time, and it's me going, no, please don't call me. Please don't just walk into the room when I'm doing this part of Ace Attorney. And you've got Trucy here. Okay, cool.
Things have certainly picked up. You had no work yesterday, and now you have 3 cases. Well, let's see where we stand.
Not in a courtroom, that's sure. First item, Phoenix's hit and run accident.
We have to find the one who hit him.
Who's going to pay us for that?
And the second, Eldoon's request to find his stolen stand.
For which we stand to gain a bowl of salty noodles.
And the last request is mine, to find my stolen pants.
Apart from written by that one guy, but yeah, who does that? Am I lagging? Oh, damn. Am I? Oh, crap. Yeah, my internet is awful at the moment. Probably because it's summertime and more people are off, which means more people are using the internet, and it's me going, great! It's so much easier for me to do this, not in the middle of the summer. That bowl of noodles is looking better and better.
Let's go.
Aren't you enthusiastic?
It's cases, you and me.
I guess we might as well get started. Let's see, a hit and run, a stolen stand, and last but not least, stolen bows. Okay, so I'm assuming they're all, I'm not going back there. I'm assuming these are all gonna be... Oh. So this is where Mr. Wright got hit by that car.
According to the map, this is the place.
What's a huge mansion?
There's a nice looking lady over there. Let's question her.
Okay. I'm curious about... the park over there too. Is that Old Bag? Is that gonna be People Park? I'm sorry, People Park? That's a choice. Oh, this woman.
Excuse me, can we have a few words with you?
You want something? Whoa, that husky voice. Why am I suddenly sweating? Oh, she's husky. She gonna be like Old Bag? Like, yeah, she's kind of just laying down here.
That's quite a house you've got. You must have a lot of money.
Oh, money sounds like something my son would call his friends. This is the Takaki family mansion, little girl. You, kid with the hair, you want something? Maybe up to... Well, yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'm... Is this a sexual joke I'm too ace to understand? Like, I feel like, yeah, it feels weird. Me? No.
Apollo, we can't leave without questioning. Why, she knows something.
But the Kitaki family had the biggest organized crime syndicate in town. You're gonna ask something, ask it. If you're man enough. Whoa, right.
Way to whip it into shape, ma'am.
Does she know no fear? I'm Plum Kitaki, wife of the fourth head of the Kitaki family business. Friends call me Little Plum. I'm Little Apollo Justice Attorney at Law. Please don't kill me. My looks could kill this woman would be a mass murderer.
Little Plum. That's a really cute name.
Yes.
Whoa. But it is Apollo.
How about you go through me when talking to her?
That seems like a bit of a needless procedure.
I'm a lawyer. I live for needless procedures. Oh, little girl, you should know we're gangsters.
Oh, that means you're the bad guy.
Trudy! Roommate, please, I'm begging you here. The bad guys, I like the sound of that one. I'm gonna need some warm tea after this. Takes a lot of hard work to protect the family fortune. Things aren't as easy as they used to be for us bad guys.
So you're saying the business is in a slump?
Let's not ask about business if we can help it, please. So there was supposedly a car accident here last night. Of course you wouldn't know about it. Sorry to bother you. Wait. You're talking about that man, aren't you? The one who flew 30 feet and walked away?
That's my dad!
Oh, I should have known. One of our capos thought he'd made a great point, man.
Capo? Point man?
Could you avoid using too much industry lingo? In any case, it's been nothing but trouble. Been cleaning up the mess since morning. Paint? Was the paint spilled at the time of the accident? Well, it was around 9 last night. I heard a crashing noise and found your father drowning in a sea of paint.
So you came to his rescue?
You've my husband, the boss, to thank for that one. The car that hit your father knocked over the paint. Turned the corner and sped away. We're in the middle of repainting our wall, you see. That dragon is glaring at me.
But why are you out here cleaning it up?
What do you mean?
I mean, aren't you a gangster? Don't you have any goons to do your dirty work?
Please, go to me when you want to. Don't be such a stiff. I suppose we gangsters do have a certain image. But we're community-oriented gangsters, you know. The boss likes to give back to the people. Hobnoble.
I availed myself of the public facilities to get rid of all the garbage. Now it's just the paint on the street to deal with. Public facilities? I wonder if she means the trash can. Okay, cool. I guess I could just go to examine now at this point. There's paint splashed all over the gate. What a mess.
Was it knocked over by the car that hit my dad?
That's right. Oh, and I'm left to clean up the mess. If I knew whoever did it, bring the scoundrel by, would you?
Of course, then you can make them clean up their own mess.
Alright, you're cute and naive, but very cute. When I find whoever did this, you can bet I'll be doing some cleaning, alright. There's nothing I dislike so much as a mess.
I wish I could say cool things like that.
I bet you do! I'd laugh if my teeth weren't chattering so hard. Ducky.
Wow, what a big house. And the gate's so big.
The Kataki family's pretty big around the parts.
I like the fox, it's so cute.
Ah, that's our family crest from the old country.
Your crest?
We're clever as the fox and our teeth are sharp.
So it's like a motto. Need a crest too, Apollo. What the scales of justice or a lunar lander?
I'll pass, thanks. I do like the fact that they did think of Apollo being something to do with space. That's going to appear in Dual Destinies, which is a fun one to theme after. Okay, cool. Let's go. Okay, cool. Where else have we got that we can look at? This is so different from the original. A brightly painted dragon. Why do I get the feeling it's glaring at me? His paint must have been to repaint the wall. That's right, I called in an artist to do the job right. He's the third so far. First spilled paint all over the entrance, the second on my kimono. So it's better I don't know. Okay, cool. Can I... How do I... Brightly painted dragon. Why don't I get the feet? Okay, now we already know this bit. Okay, cool. Right. Oh, I can't go this way. Oh, use the thingies. Yeah, that's it. Oh, hi, you. You're a character. Is that she's looking at the park?
She's pretty. I bet she is a story, you know.
There's something about her. Too bad she seems to be in a bit of a rush. No, I can't talk to her. Okay. Is that old bag? Is that who I think it is? Looks like there's some trouble by the park gate.
I smell an incident.
Man, there's no entry.
Don't you tell me where you can't go. I always look through this park on my way home.
Get careful now, you'll hurt yourself.
Quite the determined old lady. I seem a little more interested in the park.
You know what I think? I bet they're filming a movie. Let's go take a look. Maybe we'll see someone famous.
Miss, please stay out the park.
You got mad at me.
Did something happen here, officer?
No, move along, nothing to see. Hurry, play somewhere else.
We're not kids and we're not playing. I'm an attorney. Who? Oh, this is,
Detective Sky! We're fine, ma'am, nothing to report.
Yay! Emma's back! Oh my god, and she's older! God, it feels weird seeing a 7-year time skip for this character. God, she's gonna be like, what, she's mid-20s now. Detective,
why is she wearing a lab coat?
You hardly want to comment on how people are dressed.
And these kids are?
Curiosity seekers, ma'am, they claim to be lawyers.
Why don't you kids run along and play someplace else?
Look, we're not.
Or I might spill something on that pretty little face of yours. Want to do some experimental
hydroxin... hydroxylunosytrase. Dositrase.
Iridocyclitis.
Yeah. Hydroxyacetylunodositrase. That's the one. Yeah.
Come again? What's whatever.
Whatever it is, it doesn't sound great. Let's go, Trucy.
Try to keep out of the riffraff if you would.
Oh, how are we gonna get more information like this?
Maybe we ask that nice woman across the street.
Oh yeah, the nice woman. Great. The People Park. Can I ask you a question?
What?
What happened in the park across the street?
Oh yeah, quite the commotion. Chicago lightning, as the boys would say.
Chicago?
Gunfire, someone was killed. Strange circumstances too. What a morning. Trouble everywhere at the park, the gate, even our house. Did something happen at your house? Crime without honor, without remorse. Private matter. Wanna hear about it?
Somehow I don't think no is an acceptable answer, Polly. Okay, private matter. So, what happened at your house?
Bloomers last night.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Me, little plum Kentucky, the victim of a panty snatcher.
Okay, so her as well.
It wasn't just mine that was stolen? Got you too, poor thing. Like I said, whoever did is a hardened criminal. Wasn't you, was it?
No, of course not.
Mercy. I heard word that panties have been disappearing lately, and the missing ones have something in common.
I'd imagine Trucy's and hers having that much in common. I imagine Kataki's.
I know we'll find yours too. Show me what you're made of.
What have you gotten me into this time, Trucy? That girl from before.
Welcome home, sweetie. Hi, Mother.
She's a Kataki?
Miss. Yeah, a flyer. The Right Anything Agency?
Anything Agency?
Yeah, do you like the new flyer?
Yeah, okay, so they did change it.
This is our defense attorney. Attorney? Drop by your office, we'll be waiting. Goodbye.
Why'd you give out a flyer?
She seemed like she could use some help.
She's the heiress to a gangster dynasty. She doesn't need our help.
I wouldn't be sure.
Okay, cool. I don't think we can examine anything else, so let's go to the new place. June 15th, scene of the stand theft. Oop, there we go, got it. There we go, I was just checking something quickly. Bloody warm. I've also, yeah, there we go. Oh, sugar lumps, I dropped my controller on my feet. I'm very bad at this, clearly. There we go. So, what's this place?
This would be Mr. Aldoon's house.
So this is where his stand was stolen. I can see a piece of evidence lying on the ground already.
Hey!
Oh, there's a police car parked over there. You're right. What's with the sparkly entrance? What is this place? A hospital?
It's some Ractus clinic. That's where the thief went. The one who stuck my panties. He ran into this clinic.
Wait, maybe that police car is here to find my... Oh, great.
Well, there's only one way to be sure. Let's investigate.
There you are, Sonny. Oh, him. You find anything yet? No, not yet. The longer you loaf around here, the saltier your victory will get. Small noodles are sounding less like payment and more like punishment. So your stand, Eldoon's Noodles, was it? I passed on from father to son. This stands in its share of salt. Salt runs in the family, you might say. The high blood pressure does too. So your stand Aldune's noodles was stolen. Wasn't just a stand. I lost his wobbly wheels, my salt crusher stew pot, my Shane Stein. I didn't just lose a stand, I lost a legend.
No one's just a legend who gets away with it. Let's find that legend, Apollo.
Isn't it about time he brought a new one anyway? So, are there any more details you could give me about the stand? You bet, Sonny. It happened last night. I was blowing my whistle like always, crying to the town I was. Smell abroad, felt the streets thick and salty. I got home, well, right before 10, I reckon. I guess he's not aiming for that late night market. I washed my balls and gave the wheels a squirt of grease, then I went inside. When did you notice it had been stolen? Early this morning, before the sun rose. Work starts early. Does that many people eat noodles for breakfast? Yes, actually. I'm washed up on the salty shores of ruination. I stand my whole life in it, nay, my whole being.
He took everything?
All my soup stock, my noodles, my balls, and my dreams.
At least they left one ball, there on the ground.
If you don't find that stand today, then I'll be forced to walk the streets peddling that ball, my last ball. Please, I'm under enough pressure here as it is.
That's it, I saw the thief who snatched my whatever's went to.
It's a crying shame, that is. If they had to steal, make it my loincloth, not some pretty girl's panties. The garage, right, you don't think the thief lives here? I wouldn't put it past the good-for-nothing doctor. You would detect a little animosity here.
Let's make sure to check out that garage thoroughly.
Okay, I guess we examine. That's the place right there. That's where I kept my stand, covered all nice and pretty with that blue tarp. So you need this plastic sheet to cover your stand at night.
Wait, what did you figure out? It was stolen?
No, but it does suggest the thief knew what he or she was looking for. They clearly knew what there was under the sheet. So it wasn't just a casual drive-by stand snatcher. It's not bad, Sonny boy, not bad at all. Actually,
That door is sure sparkly.
the Maractus Clinic, huh? It's more like a casino than a hospital. Must be quite profitable.
Honey, it looks closed. Maybe they're on vacation.
Can I move to the... Okay, I can move there.
This is the place. This is where that panty snatcher ran.
You sure?
Maybe. Let's look for clues. Clues like a pair of panties, obviously.
Trucy, can you please stop saying that? There's a cat! Oh my god, there's a cat up there.
Here, kitty cat. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. It's not coming down.
We do kind of look suspicious, you have to admit.
It's okay, his hair won't hurt you.
It's okay, she won't make you disappear in her hat. Look, it's a folding ladder.
That's called a step ladder. Come on.
A step ladder? How is that different from a regular ladder?
It's much more complex piece of machinery. It's like two ladders stuck together.
I agree, Trucy. To admit that basically it's a ladder, right? Well, you have to look past the form at the essence of the thing.
Can we talk about something else?
Okay, what the hell is this?
Oh, someone's there. Oh, it's just a gold-painted human skeleton.
Just a human skeleton?
It's a mannequin hand waving to us from the box. This place just screams hospital storage.
No. Screams something, that's for sure. No, hospital storage is a lot cleaner than this. They at least have sticky labels on all the boxes. One of the sections on Hickfield's wiki page is called Return the Pervert. No. Oh no. That sounds awful.
Screams something.
Okay, cool. What else have we got? Oh, there's a pink thing down there. There's something about this car.
Let's take a closer look.
There's something in there as well. That reminds me, I once read a record of a case Mr. Wright worked on many years ago. Apparently there was this car with a piece of cloth shoved into the tailpipe. And the cloth turned out to be a vital clue to solving it. I remember that case record from wherever I'm checking out a car. Let's check the tailpipe.
Someone's got a hubby, I guess.
I think we never have to see him again. Oh god. Wouldn't it be funny if, hey, there's something in there. Wait a second. Are these your...
Oh my god! Thanks, Apollo. You're a genius.
No, really, don't mention it ever.
No, I'm serious. You have to have a nose for finding guns.
Please don't, please don't.
These are my favourites. They've come home to Mama.
You're gonna put them on?
See? Nothing in them. Ta-da!
Where did that come from? How'd the bowl get in there?
They're an extra dimensional space and anything can fit in there. They're my magic one. It's one of my best tricks.
Please, no. Why are we doing this? Magic ones?
They love them over at the Wonder Bar. I do shows there every night.
You mean they're a prop? You could have told me a little sooner. Well, that's one case closed at least.
What are you saying? You still have to catch the sly devil that ran off with the tool of my trade.
And we also have to... I think we're not finished searching this garage anyway. Okay, we still got the phone. I'm assuming it's a phone. Look, a cell phone.
Someone dropped it beneath the tyre. The car moved to be crushed.
I wonder if it belongs to the doctor. We should bring it to him later. Okay. What's... Oh, it's a broken mirror.
Look at that.
The mirror's been broken off. Now this is a clue.
You're smiling like you know something I don't. You're not keeping a clue from me, are you, Polly?
A clue? Let's see. I think I do just have the clue you've got in mind. No, I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I don't know.
That's your clue? That leaves me feeling kinda clueless.
Like father, like daughter with the humour.
You need to bluff here. Say that for the court.
Thanks for the advice. Where is the mirror at, actually? Because we don't know where it is. Unless we have it. Do we have it in the court record? No. I'm assuming we should have something for this. Okay. I guess we should move and we see whether we've got anything else that should... So I guess we go searching for a mirror. Green. We're looking for something big and green. I guess we examine for a mirror. I love Trucy, she's such shy shades of blue. Oh yeah, absolutely. Something's in here, right? There's a big trash can on the way into the park. I guess we could check it out.
A detective's life sure is a hard one.
I'm a turning at... Wait, what?
2 pieces of garbage with paint on them.
These are slippers.
These are like the slippers you get at the hospital. Look at this.
Doesn't this go in a car? So this is the mirror we're looking at. Okay. This is the one we're looking for, okay. Looks like it was torn off when it smacked into something, or someone.
Wait, you don't think?
I do, this could be from the car that hit Mr. Wright.
And he took off its mirror? I never knew it was so strong.
I need room in my pocket for one of these though, so...
Which one do you want to take?
We'll take the mirror. And let's move back to the garage. I think we're gonna move back to the garage and then we're gonna... Once we get to the garage, we're gonna call it. And that's the point. Because it's a bit of a shorter stream today, but we did finish all of case 1. Okay, here. Okay, we've already done this. Back to the mirror. Okay, you're not hiding a clue. Show evidence. The mirror. My clue is this.
Whoa, it's the same colour and size and everything. It's a match.
I guess we could check it out. Okay, all of this, yeah. So then it means we can take the other piece of evidence in a bit. There you go. Well, looks like we've just solved a case.
So the car that hit Dad last night.
It's sitting right in front of us.
You put the pro in professional.
Gee, thanks, Trucy. What is it?
Now he solved this case, we should go report it. He'll mope if we leave him alone, knowing him.
Alright, he doesn't seem the type to mope, though. This is hardly a case worth reporting. Okay, there we go. Is there any music? We'll see whether there's any music first. Huh? Mr. Wright's gone.
He's gone for an examination.
He'll probably be back soon.
I think it might take some time. He always loves his examinations.
Please don't ask. You really don't want to know.
Why don't we come back later?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay, I guess we have to go. Move late. I guess we'll go back here, because it means we can pick up the other piece of evidence. Pick up this one. Okay, I don't think we need that one for now. Okay. Right. I think we'll go back to the agency for now, and we're gonna just save for now. That's the second one. I'm going to quickly grab my twit on thingy and see whether I can pull up, find someone to raid. Because I think, although it's been a bit of a shorter stream today, alongside the other bit that we had to restart with, I'm gonna piece together the VODs and make it be like a 3.5 hour stream. I promise you there'll be a couple of longer ones later on. It's just during summer things are going to be a little bit shorter than usual, so it might be maybe more likely to be 4 hours than it is to be 6 like I used to. Yeah, I think I found someone to raid, so yes, wrong. Why did it not register my S's there? There we go. There we go. Thank you for joining me today. I will be back on probably Monday. I might play this on Monday depending on how we're feeling. But thank you for joining me today with all of the awful, just random bits. And just thank you for just kind of joining me with all of the technical issues and all of the random bits of today. Streams will probably be longer next week, potentially, depending on how we're doing. We are going to be doing a Wednesday when we start playing at Date Everything, which is going to be incredible, I think. And I can't wait to see you all next week for some Date Everything on Wednesday, and then we'll probably be continuing Apollo Justice on Friday. So I got to piece together this VOD so I can pop it on the channel, because I've got to piece together all the little bits. So thank you for joining me. Have a good day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world. And bye-bye.